Everybody, welcome to Cocktail Time, everybody. It is Friday night, post E3 2014, here at 4Player Network. And it can only mean one thing. It is time to drink, and time to talk about video games. Lots of video games, lots of new video games, lots of old video games, just an orgy of video games. Hey everybody, my name is Joseph Christ, host of Cocktail Time here at 4Player Network, and with me this evening for the second time, maybe, I don't know, have you ever been on, Zach? The show?
No, I think this is my first Cocktail Time ever, hence the fear.
He's actually been pestering me for a couple months to see if he could trade out with me.
Right. So we have Zach Wheat. How you doing?
I'm not doing so bad. How are you guys?
I'm good. And Chris Davis. Chris Davis back from his journey. His E3 journey.
I am wiped.
Are you wiped? Are you feeling it?
Oh, I felt it day one.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were carrying around your giant camera bag.
Yep.
You were the mule once again.
The burden, I like to call it.
Now, Zach, you the burden. I like that. I like it. The burden. You were talking about. I didn't start out. Zach, you've actually carried the burden. Is Chris right in his?
Oh yeah. I know of the burden from PAX East, but we kind of arranged it so we brought only the bare minimum in order to actually get the job done, so we didn't have to bring the whole goddamn bag.
Right.
Because I remember we're in the hotel room and the guys are like, just take a look at the bag, and they bring out, it's like the size of a bed, a hotel bed.
Right.
And I just go, we are going to find an alternative.
Right. It's like those marine packs. It's like Chris is storming Normandy, the beaches of Normandy.
Well, here I brought my rifle, just to handle the Call of Duty crowds.
Yeah. So how was E3, Chris? We'll get into it, but you just got back like an hour ago, right?
Yeah, I've been home for about a little less than 4 hours now.
Yeah.
It was fun. It seemed a little subdued this year. Didn't seem like there was as many people around, and a lot of the publishers and developers were pretty reluctant to show off their products.
Right. So. Because at E3, why would you want to show anything off?
I know, exactly.
You know, I mean, it's E3. You really want to find something a little bigger if you want to really reveal your game. You know?
It was really weird. The Japanese publishers in particular confused me.
That's because they don't speak English. They're speaking Japanese. So.
Well, there is that, but mostly the fact that they didn't have really anything to show. Konami, for example, had this gigantic space reserved to them, and it was nicely double carpeted, and it looked like it could have something in it. But then you approach it, and it's just one giant walled-off area. And they won't let... Until, late Wednesday, they wouldn't let anybody in the public in.
Really? That's so weird.
It was so weird. And evidently, all they had to show was Metal Gear Solid 5 and Pro Evolution Soccer.
And from what I hear... Metal Gear Solid 5 is pretty amazing. We will talk about that. I read some articles about the behind closed doors stuff they're showing off, so I'm excited to hear about that. We're gonna go all through the E3 thing right now. But first, before we do that, we're gonna have to do our toast of the week, and I will go first. And then Chris Davis will go, and then Zach will go, because I have a feeling Zach might have forgotten about this part of the show.
This man, never.
No, never. So I will go first. My toast tonight goes out to the E3 crew of 4Player Network for going down there with a light crew, just 3 people, and doing a bang-up job. And also the home team, Zach, and the 2 new writers we got to help us out. I think of all the years, 3 new writers. I think of all the years we've done coverage at E3, I think this has been probably the most stuff we've put out in terms of writing content and video and just everything just on the balls. I was very impressed. Very impressed. And like one night for the podcast, you guys had like 1,500 people, and I played the Destiny Alpha had about 1,600 people. So it was a good week for Player Network. So toast to you guys. And tonight I have vodka and Diet Coke is what I'm drinking. So no Rasputin's for me, but sticking with the booze tonight just to keep it real. Chris Davis, what is your toast of the night?
My toast tonight is to my goddamn bed that's 2 feet away from me that I absolutely cannot wait to use tonight. I'm wiped out. I have been wiped out. I'm probably going to continue to feel wiped out throughout the weekend. But hey, I guess I really should toast to our host, Chai Tai in chat.
All right.
He was able to tolerate Brad, Nick, and I for a whopping 5 nights in a row.
That's a long time to tolerate you guys.
That's pretty amazing.
I know from experience.
So, yeah, not only just the bullshit that likes to go on between the three of us, but my snoring, for example, has the ability to cause a 2.1 earthquake in the local vicinity.
A lot of people don't know this, but they actually sampled Chris Davis's snoring to get the roar for the new Godzilla movie, right?
I was part of the inspiration.
Yeah,
it's
true.
I mean, I really had to, push for them to go in a different direction, but I think that was a solid foundation.
Right. What are you drinking?
Tonight,
what are you drinking?
I am feeling a little dehydrated. I'm tired, so it's instant Kool-Aid for me.
Instant Kool-Aid, being hardcore, Chris Davis. What flavor of Kool-Aid?
It is Hawaiian Punch fruit something.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's Kool-Aid, but yeah.
You just said it's Kool-Aid.
Well, it's whatever. It's the instant Hawaiian Punch stuff you spray.
Oh, so it's not exactly. You just call Kool-Aid any flavoring.
Yeah.
Any flavoring
Kool-Aid is
in
not
water.
a flavor.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid is an essentially defined brand.
It's a brand with a
Just
character
like
and everything.
I call a Kleenex a tissue. Or
A what?
vice versa.
What do you call it?
A Kleenex?
A Kleenex?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
Kleenex. A
A
Kleenex.
Kleenex. There's 2 E's.
There's 2 E's.
Whatever.
It's not a Kleenex.
You know what? Screw both of you. Fucking Texas accent. It's
How-
what I do.
I would ask you, how long have you been saying Kleenex your entire life, and no one's said anything
more than
until
likely, yes.
now? You've just been saying Kleenex your whole life, and everyone has just let that go.
Yeah, because that's how we say it down here.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah. So is Peel
Down here in
Pile
real America.
down in real America? We use Kleenex
Yeah.
on our noses. Down in Texas, when I masturbate, and I put into a nice Kleenex.
No. You don't put it on a fucking Kleenex or tissue paper. You use toilet paper, and then you just flush it down the toilet. Boom.
Toilet paper.
Problem
the
solved.
Kleenex. All right. Zach, you go next. Save us from this.
Oh man, what a lead-in, right?
Yeah.
You know what? It's probably cheap to take yours, but honestly, my toast of the week absolutely goes to Josh and Mark and Charles, because we brought these writers in and we were like, we need some help. And then when we did was we threw them at the toughest week of the year to be writing. And they rocked it. They really, really did.
Nice.
I spent the whole week editing, the pieces, doing the graphics, and these 3 guys really knocked it out of the park, and I'm damn proud of them. We got some good people here.
Nice.
So really, I absolutely, Josh and Mark and Charles, my toast goes to you guys.
Excellent. Fantastic. All right. What are you drinking tonight? Sorry.
Tonight I am, I'm going hard tonight. Schweppes, I believe it's pronounced. I believe it's German.
Schlepp's?
And it's
Schlepp?
existed since 1783, so I've aged it quite well.
Oh, okay. Can we see the bottle? Do you have the bottle?
So yeah, just gonna try and see if I can handle this
Right.
as the night goes.
Can you pick it up so we can see it?
Oh yes, well, yeah.
Oh, you threw it into thing. He's not drinking at all, I think, is what he's saying.
So why is Joseph drinking alone?
I don't drink. I'm drinking alone. It's terrible.
That's actually a very good question.
Like an alcoholic.
Zach, you should be helping him.
Like an alcoholic.
I've got a legitimate excuse for not drinking, but you, sir, no excuse. It's a Friday night. You're a young man. It's time to explore the limits of your liver.
Right.
Well, I'm house sitting at the moment, and I drink a little bit too much. Suddenly, I'm not going to get paid for house sitting anymore. Suddenly, I'm paying them.
That's true. He's a wild man, I hear. Wow.
That's how it is.
I guess I'll toast.
They won't miss a bottle. They won't miss a bottle.
All right, well, I guess
I'll get by.
I guess I'll toast to our toast. You guys can join in with your thing. 1 and 2 and 3.
Just, how do you think I can stop, honestly? Like, suddenly, the toilet will be stuffed full of Kleenexes.
Kleenex.
And it'll just be a mess.
Gamerbeck on chat made a good point. He said Kleenex is the best operating system, actually. Kleenex.
Oh.
So let's talk about E3, because I think that's going to span most of the discussion. We're going to talk about lots of things. My favorite moment of E3 so far was when I was watching whatever press conference had the Tomb Raider trailer, the new Tomb Raider trailer on.
That was Microsoft.
Yeah, and I was watching on Twitter, of course, because that's what you do when there's something going on and you're not there. You have to tweet about it. That's the thing you do now, and everyone tries to outwit each other and try to get their, you got to try to get your clout score up, and it's the best time to do it. And
we're all just trying to catch up to you, Joseph.
Yeah, I know, right? And someone made a joke it's the dumbest joke in the goddamn world, and I could not stop laughing for
excited.
10 minutes. I could not stop laughing. It was a combination of when it landed and the trailer had just finished. And do you want to hear the joke?
Oh God, of course.
Please, you're building this up way too much. You got to tell us.
The guy, I forget who it was, but they tweeted right when the trailer was done. He or she goes, "I know why Lara Croft was so sad at her therapist. It's because her career is in ruins."
That's not bad. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I could not stop laughing. For some reason, it hit my funny bone like a dart, like a bullseye, and I felt awful because I was laughing so hard. But it was.
Okay, so you watched the Microsoft press conference?
I did. I watched them all.
Okay.
I missed the first 30 minutes of Nintendo. That's all I missed.
Okay.
Oh, you missed the best.
I missed the fight scene between Iwata and
that was pretty good. I want to mention the Microsoft press conference, specifically the Phantom Dust presentation. Now, you caught that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was tweeting that Brad.
I wanted to hear about this on your.
There was one guy in the audience that went woo and kept going woo, and guess who that was?
That was Brad, obviously.
That was Brad.
Everyone else was like, "What game is this? Is this Magic the Gathering? This doesn't look like Magic the Gathering."
He was going ape shit. And I was desperately trying to shut him the fuck up.
Brad had mentioned something the week before. There was a rumor about, or he had a feeling that they might bring that back. So
yeah, a string of rumors started popping up, and lo and behold, is what happened.
I know he posted a NeoGAF thread on Twitter at some point, and he was already getting really, really, really hyped. And we all were kind of like, well, it's NeoGAF, whatever. But then Brad's dreams came true.
I think Brad should be ready for it to be a pretty light, fair, downloadable title. I don't see this getting the big boxed $60 game treatment.
Oh my God! The idea of seeing Phantom Dust for Xbox One on store shelves, that might be a fantasy.
Yeah,
it's probably more realistic to expect it to take a free-to-play kind of Killer Instinct approach to it.
Oh, that would piss Brad off, I think.
Oh, yep. He's already mad at the prospect.
Yeah, I can see them maybe doing something like that because
the roller coaster of Brad's excitement. He's incredibly happy it exists, and immediately becomes angry because he predicts it'll go badly.
What if they do microtransactions, or you have to buy booster packs of cards and stuff? They do the whole The whole Hearthstone type of thing? Because that's big now.
I'm not necessarily suggesting, that kind of route. I'm talking about all this stuff that you can earn in-game, and it just rotates out what you can play by the month. Or you could just buy the game for $20.
And if they were smart...
That's like a League of Legends sort of situation almost.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I know J52 in chat is mentioning that's an HD remake, and I know that's what they say. That's what they say now. But there's that sweet, sweet Hearthstone money that Blizzard is gobbling up, and everybody's doing this shit now. You got Hearthstone, you have fucking the Witcher people doing a card game now based on the Witcher universe. It's
what?
Yeah. They announced that.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was before E3, I think. So I can kind of see it going in that direction. So. But let's start from the very beginning, Chris.
Okay.
As you know, I couldn't be there this year. I'm sure there was a gaping hole in your hearts, a black.
We were a little sad that you weren't able to attend.
Filled with a black viscous goo of longing.
Chai Tai had he had readily supplied us with a set of air mattresses, and he gave a full size mattress to Nick. And you two could have cuddled.
Nick must have
been the bestest friends and talked about boys and did your hair.
Nick must have felt like he was in like mattress world. That's big for Nick and me. People like me and Nick.
Yeah.
Like we could.
Nick was. I try to imagine Nick filling a full size mattress.
Was Nick bouncing around in it like it was a bouncy castle and he was a little kid?
He definitely did plop into it in such a way. Yes.
Right. I saw the gif of Nick dancing with the dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about? What happened there?
So this kind of running joke developed during E3. So at the Microsoft and Ubisoft press conferences, they gave everybody this wristband, this plastic wristband that was clear, and then it was programmed during both conferences to light up a certain color at a certain time.
Right.
To match what's going on, in the presentation.
Yes.
Well, we discovered shortly after Ubisoft that if you tap either one of those, they'll light up, and the more you tap it, the more it'll change colors. So what he would do is he when he's excited, he would clap and start dancing for the shit of it.
See, these are the things I miss about E3. It's like 50% the games and it's 50% the fucking around and the crazy shit that happens. And
there was quite a bit of that. There was a lot of stuff that went on.
Give me the behind. I want to know the behind the scenes. We all saw the fucking trailers. We know the game. Give me Chris Davis. The crazy shit. Give me, the crazy off the wall shit that happened.
You got to give me a second. Talk about something else while I think about that.
No pressure.
Well, at the very least, could you give us a moment from one of the conferences in which we at home heard a lot of applause, but in the audience it was pretty clear it was just plants?
What?
You hear about those times in which the company goes up and says something like amazing, and then at home we're watching it and we hear a ton of applause and everybody freaking out, but then you see tweets from people going, yeah, nobody actually cared. That was just the front rows that they stacked.
I would give that title to Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
So people were not that excited.
Because Brad on Wednesday played a lot of it, and the marketing and PR people were genuinely excited about the game, but nobody gave a fuck about what they wanted them to play like.
So explain that to me.
Basically, the PR guy, and you can listen to this on yesterday's podcast, which should be going live either tonight or tomorrow. But basically, what happened was Brad got in line, and Sunset Overdrive features 8-player cooperative play.
Holy shit!
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And so he got in line to play the game, and because he needs an excuse to play an Xbox now that he, has Scalebound and Phantom Dust coming to him. And the PR guy kept correcting them and telling them exactly how to play the game. How they want them to play the game.
That's never a good sign.
And everybody else wasn't doing what the guy was instructing them to do.
So what were the instructions?
The instructions were to go grind rails and jump around and stay off the ground. Go explore the verticality of the city. And everybody pretty much said fuck that and decided to just hang out on the ground and shoot monsters.
I see. Is there any reason they did that though?
Just
because if I
see the purpose of introducing that verticality to the public, I guess.
Right. No.
Did you get your hands on it?
You're missing my.
No, I didn't. There was a whole lot of games I didn't get to play this year.
You're missing my. I'm wondering why people chose, when they had the option to do all this verticality, why did they choose to stay on the ground? Was it easier? Was it not defined well? Did it not play?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, is the verticality just flat out not fun? Not easy to get into?
From what I understand, and what Brad was saying was that it was kind of broken.
Oh.
It was filled with bugs. And even the demonstrators were having a lot of trouble. Like in the Microsoft demonstration of the game, evidently that was quite heavily scripted because even during a standard playthrough in front of the public in the booth, remember the part with the roller coaster?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that part.
Yeah, the people that were demonstrating the game couldn't even grind the rails. They kept falling off.
Oh, see, that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the part that made me think it was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks fantastic, but evidently it isn't either sticky enough or working well enough to really be presentable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is Insomniac, right?
Yeah.
And Insomniac made Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah, but they also made Overstrike, which became Fuse.
Because Ratchet and Clank, like I saw flashes of that in the gameplay trailer, which made me really excited. The whole sliding around and blowing the crap out of stuff with big guns. Even the position of the camera really reminded me of it. So it's weird that they've nailed this before. You know what? I guess just Overdrive was such shit that they just need to climb out of the shit somehow, and they haven't pulled it off.
Not quite yet, as far as I can tell. I mean, there is certainly ambition with this project, but it doesn't seem like they have enough of a drive to get to it, to just really craft a really stellar game.
Yeah.
I like the ideas, and I like the verticality, but it just doesn't seem to come together, at least in my opinion, and I think Brad's.
Well, when is the game coming out? What's the release date for this?
It's supposed to be out this fall.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's this year.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well,
so they're gonna, yeah.
It could be an old build. Sometimes come these things with old builds. You never know. But it's not a great sign. It's not a great.
No,
sign.
it is not.
Not a great sign.
Very disappointed. That sucks.
I want to ask: Did you guys get into all the press conferences this year?
Yes, and this was the easiest year for getting into press conferences we've ever had.
Good. I mean, they were never difficult, but there's always that, the ones you haven't been invited to, there's that moment when you're waiting around, you're like, oh, fuck, what if we don't get in for some strange reason?
Well, it took us it took us 5 minutes to get into Sony.
Mm-hmm.
Took us 10 minutes to get into EA.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, we just had to wait in a line, and we were very early in the line, so we got to sit inside.
EA is easy because if you can get into Microsoft, you get invited to Microsoft. There's pretty much the last year when I went to E3, we went to Microsoft, and then they literally had a pathway that on the ground had markings that said Electronic Arts, and the pathway was lined with models every 10 to 20 feet. Directing you
I forgot about the models.
Yeah, directing you on where to go. And it was then that I said, oh my God, EA and Microsoft are so in bed together, they're fucking models. That's what's going on here.
Tell you what, EA had the worst presentation they've ever had.
Come on.
Oh my God.
EA is always kind of, because half of it is always sports. And And remember, there were no sports at Microsoft, so they all got pushed to the EA conference.
Yeah.
You know, because remember, Microsoft usually... I'll say this. I've been going to E3 for about 5 years now, and this was hands down the best Microsoft press conference they've ever given. The best.
Oh, that was amazing.
It was fantastic.
No sports, no Kinect, no talk about the cloud, no little kids trying to get all the balls or trying to fly through Disneyland or none of that bullshit.
No sports cars driving around the audience.
Well, no. Well, there were sports cars that were actually driving around the building.
They do that last year. They do that for
They've been
Forza.
doing that for like 3 years now.
Yeah, they always do that for Forza. But there was that one year they brought a car on stage. Last year they brought Usher on stage. Didn't Usher come out and perform for us?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was Usher. I remember that. I was like, oh, that's Usher. I'm at an Usher concert all of a sudden.
That was awkward, and I wasn't even in the room.
I want everyone, because I can be kind of hard on Microsoft, and especially leading up to this console launch, they kind of pissed me off with their business practices and whatnot. But I'll tell you, I really love Phil Spencer, and I think he's fantastic for the Xbox brand, and he's who they should have gone with from the very beginning when they started putting this console together. I mean, this is the guy that should have been in charge, and I just want you to think about the difference in tone between the Microsoft press conference you saw last Monday, even down to the stage being crowd level. You know what I mean? They were so afraid of seeming pompous. They even brought the stage. I mean, Phil Spencer was right on crowd level when he was doing his thing. And then think about the Kinect reveal with the space ponchos and the circus act and how ridiculously pompous that was, you know?
Yeah.
Compared to what they've done now. And I think they've come leaps and bounds. And I think Phil Spencer is great. I'd let him fuck my sister if I had one.
I would love to see where the Xbox One would be right now in an alternate dimension in which Spencer was the head of Microsoft since the console came out, since it did its debut.
The head of
instead
Xbox.
of goddamn Matrick.
Yeah, Matrick, was awful for that console. It was awful.
But no, you are absolutely right. Spencer is exactly the guy to be running it. This is where the console needs to go, and it's clearly because of his guiding hand that they just knocked it out of the park with this conference. I came out of that knowing I was going to own an Xbox One before the year was over.
I mean, think about the amount of fan service it takes to bring back the fucking the Brad game that he likes. I forget the name.
Phantom Dust.
Phantom Dust. And Phantom Dust.
Like, what did people say when he walked into a room and said, "I'm going to need money to make Phantom Dust"?
I mean, the thing about Phantom Dust is, he said it didn't sell well, but it's beloved by gamers. You know, it has this really niche market that adores it, and that's so, to put anything behind that, any money behind that, especially during a time when Microsoft is actually, Microsoft is doing well, but the Xbox division has been, not doing as well as they think. To put some money behind that, I think is a bold move, and that's leadership, is what that is.
I think they realize what he can bring to the team, and so they're giving him some leverage on what he can fund, what he can do, what he can't.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it this way. It wasn't until the Ubisoft press conference that day, hours later, after Microsoft, after EA, that we saw the first Kinect game of the day.
What game was that? I don't even remember. Oh, was that a workout game?
It was called Shape Up. Yeah.
That was weird.
I don't even remember this. What was this?
The idea is that you do exercises and they play like mini games in the background of you.
The guy who looked like the lemming was doing it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not half bad an idea.
No, it's not that bad of an idea at all. The French.
This is one of those things that I feel doesn't translate well to an onstage performance.
The French are adorable. The French are just so adorable. There's no. Joking. They're not all racist.
I'm not running with that. It's it's funny to have Yves Guillemot come out on stage at the end of an Ubisoft conference, and it's always like, look at this funny little French guy, and it's like he's the head of a worldwide corporation that runs with 9,200 people.
Yeah.
And then I stop feeling like he's so short.
Yeah. Well, it's hard when he's next to Aisha Tyler, which is,
Yeah.
And I tell you, I love Aisha Tyler. I think she should host all the conferences, all of them.
She's a pretty decent host.
She's good.
And when the jokes don't work or they just don't translate or the script's not coming together, she ad libs and it's entertaining ad lib.
Because she's honest, She's like she gets this look on her face, and you can tell she's saying to the audience through her look, yeah, that fucking sucked. I know. I have to say this. And you can just feel it coming off of her. I checked. She did an AMA on NeoGaf this week, which was really great. And one of the, she was answering questions, and one of the questions was, "Do I have a chance?" And she responded, "No one has a chance. I am dead inside." She's really great. She's fantastic. She's really great.
Part of me misses Mr. Caffeine, though.
It's funny. Every year, some guy comes out, and you're like, "Is it him? Is he back? Is it Mr. Caffeine?"
Honestly, EA's press conference could have benefited from having Mr. Caffeine in it.
No. You know who could have benefited from some Mr. Caffeine? Fucking Sony's conference could have benefited from any upper, anything, any meth, bath salts would have been good. I miss Jack Tretton so much.
I miss him so much. He was wonderful.
He was great with Jeff Keighley this year, but I did.
He just had an enthusiasm when he was talking about games.
He's very right. The guy is like he's part-time professional poker player. That's who Jack Tretton is. He's like a
John Matrick.
John Matrick. Oh, beware, John Matrick! The amalgamation of Jack Tretton and Don Matrick.
John Madden.
And Don Madden.
I mean, I can appreciate Andrew House and his businessman approach.
I do like Andrew House because he reminds me of someone that 007 would be fighting.
Yes.
So, 007, I intend to destroy you with the power of the PlayStation 4. Come into my lair.
I at least liked how they played up the Broforce with all of them. Did you see the artwork that Shuhei Yoshida had on his Twitter page afterwards?
No, yeah. I didn't see that.
Oh, it was amazing. Broforce versions of all of them. And Andrew House had like a James Bond eye patch and everything.
Oh, nice.
Amazing.
So great. But yeah, the new president of Sony, I'm not really feeling his. He's got like this. He acts like he's running for office. And I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. But
no, but anyway, Microsoft.
Yeah, sorry, we're getting off track. I'm all over the place tonight.
So Microsoft had a pretty dang good conference. They focused on pretty much exactly what they needed to do. Though I wouldn't have minded at all if they would have talked about service updates coming to the Xbox. Specifically like enhancements like snap-ins, like what we learned just yesterday about achievement snap-ins and a few other things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just more details about how they're updating the UI and the dashboard.
See,
I would have welcomed that.
I didn't see anything. So they did that on the off time. Like they had their own little thing and they were talking about that, but they didn't put anything out in the conference. I'm actually, I'm surprised because usually they do have a big section, not necessarily about apps, but about like here are the new changes coming to the UI or adding in and stuff. And like when they say it's all going to be games, they were not fucking around. It was nothing but games at all.
Yeah, no, it was constant hit after hit after hit. It was actually like it had like a great pace. Like you felt like your heart racing by the end of it.
Right.
And Michael Patrick was actually predicting the exact opposite.
Who's Michael Patrick?
Michael Pachter.
Pachter, sorry.
Pachter.
Whatever.
Well, our names are all over the place tonight.
I'm
crazy with names.
I'm tired. Yeah, he was predicting Microsoft's press conference to be the exact opposite. He expected to be like a investors meeting where they'd show some games, but they would talk about services and TV.
Even though they've been saying for weeks that they wouldn't be doing that.
Exactly.
So he thought, with an entirely new guy in charge, who had dust there,
People
that
pay.
this was...
Yeah.
Oh, Pector.
People pay Pector money to
I know,
like
right?
to make assumptions and guess things, and he's not usually very good at it. He really is. You know.
Oh, man, I want that job. I can do that job. Come on.
I know. I think we did it better this time around.
All right, so just take what Pactor gets paid, divide it between the three of us, and we got this thing.
And then
even in a sleep-deprived state,
Yeah.
Chris can probably do his job better than Pactor can.
And then we just say whatever the opposite Pactor says, and we're golden. We're golden.
Oh, what? Investor meeting? Psh, strippers.
Strippers.
With the power of the PlayStation 4. The most realistic strippers, Mr. Bond. With the power of the PlayStation 4.
That
Virtual
is
reality, Mr. Bond. It's called virtual reality.
Oh, how about that 20 seconds devoted to Project Morpheus, huh?
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't talk about that more. And
It
Well, they
was
needed
playable
Brian Michael
on the show
Bendis on
floor.
stage.
the pacing was all off for Sony. I wanted to know more about Project Morpheus. I wanted to know less about Sony TV. And I wanted whoever the Penguin fuck comic guy to not even show up. I don't know what that was even about. I don't even know what that was about, but it was kind of terrible.
Mr. Bond, with the power of the PlayStation 4, I will bring the Penguin out. And he will talk about a cartoon, and he will say names you don't recognize for 10 minutes.
It was funny, though, when Bendis came out on stage, and then Twitter lit up with people going, "Oh, man, Kingpin's out here."
Only with the power of the PlayStation 4.
Can they summon Kingpin?
Coming Kingpin.
Man, yeah, that conference was a mess.
It
You
kinda
had for like
was.
and everyone was just like, please bring me back to the first hour of this.
One thing I was actually really disappointed with is that I've been kind of really excited about PlayStation Now, because the ability to stream games is kind of can be an amazing thing when you remember the immense library and history that Sony commands. And I was hoping they would come out this time, and they would say, look, PlayStation Now is in beta. You can do PS3 games in the beta, but here's our plan. Or coming this summer, we are putting our entire Sony library up on PlayStation Now. You will be able to stream from your PlayStation 4 or
Sony TVs.
anything from the PS1, the PS2, the PS3. That's what I wanted to hear. And they just didn't do it. They just didn't do it. Like, they were just like, oh yeah, the beta's coming, and you can play The Last of Us.
Yeah, I can appreciate them
You know?
talking about games, but just choose a fucking topic. Choose games. Give us a little bit of insight as to what you're doing with the services and stuff, and then you focus on games. Or, give us games and then give us a presentation.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think that's a great point, really. And the ball was in their court in so many ways. They have the momentum. They have the consoles out there. They have so much cool stuff coming down the pipeline, and this was where it didn't happen.
Yeah.
This is where it had to. It's actually, when you break it down, it's actually amazing how much they could have shown and didn't.
Yeah.
And what they did devote time to.
They devoted a lot of time to Little Big Planet 3, which is not, as far as I can tell, not being developed by Media Molecule, first off.
It's not?
That's what I understand.
There goes my night.
Well,
Let me find out for
Little
sure.
Big Planet 3 doesn't seem to be really straying from the recipe, you know what I mean?
It's not
Yeah.
straying at all. It's being developed by Sumo Digital.
I mean, Little Big Planet 3 makes me even more excited for Project Spark. Because it seems like Project Spark is kind of going to that next level of stuff, But we'll see. We'll see what kind of microtransaction thing they attach to Project Spark. It'll be interesting how that works out.
They might find a way, but
Oh,
I mean, Little Big Planet 3, that's a major fucking property, and nobody in the audience really gave a shit.
Well,
I mean, and I
Yeah.
never saw like anybody line up to play it at Sony.
well, because it's so. I mean, it doesn't look that different.
It's been done.
And it's been done. It's an old. It's like it's basically. So it's the PS3 game, but with some updated graphics, and now it's 4-player co-op with some new sock boys who kind of some of them look like cripples, like their legs have been blown off, and now they're
That big one, like
They're on
the
there.
big, like sort of
he's kind
oval
of
one.
he's kind of retarded. That's
A little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I've always had a soft spot for Little Big Planet. Like, you know, if you have a girlfriend who plays video games at all, Little Big Planet is a spectacular game to just sit down and play.
right.
But I will say, particularly if Media Molecule is not behind this, I want to see something creative happen with it. So I know I'm gonna play it. I know I'm gonna have a great time with it. But more can be done with this, and I feel like they're not aware of it. And the time that they devoted to it, I mean, it was fun to see people actually playing and failing at the game, but I don't know. It was just weird, and I'm sad that Media Molecule isn't behind it.
So what is Media Molecule? What are they doing then?
We don't know.
We don't know. Something secret. Something
Yeah.
secret.
They said they wouldn't be at E3, and I guess that's true. But I want to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, the only really nice thing about Sony's presentation was the third-party stuff.
Well, No Man's
Like-
Sky is going to be amazing. We think.
No Man's Sky
Yes.
was phenomenal. My jaw was on the floor just watching the entire fucking thing.
So the whole like atmospheric flight thing has been something that gamers have wanted in video games forever. Being able to be on a planet, fly up into space without a loading screen, fly around in space, fly to another planet, and go back down onto the ground again. No loading screen, right off the bat.
And
That's been
some
wanted for a
games
long
have
time.
teased that. Like, for example, Halo Reach kind of teased that.
Yeah.
But they didn't make it into a full mechanic.
Right.
And a couple of the incarnations of Star Wars Battlefront 3 used that mechanic.
Right.
But those games never got made.
Right.
So, but I mean, it's looking so good in this.
I guess
Oh,
I'm
man. Yeah.
I'm a little apprehensive only because it's a small team, and I'm sure they're probably brilliant. But I'm trying to keep the bar, if not low, at least medium in check. I'm gonna say so I can be pleasantly surprised when it comes out, rather than me expect this small indie studio to give me the world. There was a couple of good things that I liked. I really liked. Besides just the atmospheric flight, I love space sims. I want more space sims. I grew up in, playing video games late 90s, early 2000s when space sims were being made. It was crazy. Crazy time. But things like, you would look at things and they'd be scanned and it would be, like, discovered by somebody's name. So, I'm presuming you can go out into this world, in this universe, and discover things and get your name attached to it. And it's sort of like this heavy emphasis on exploration, And then how does this all work? Is it powered by central servers that keep track of all this data, and they just feed it to the players as they're doing it? How is this done?
If they get like lots and lots and lots of people going to this, and it sounds like lots and lots and lots of people are interested in this, the amount of space they're going to need to save all of that is it's difficult to fathom, particularly because it just goes on infinitely. Technically, every single user is creating massive amounts of content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every planet that people start on is uniquely designed for them. It is no two planets will ever be the same.
So then,
So
how do you
can't
go?
help but find myself incredibly thrilled by the concept. And I remember when they showed it at Spike's VGX, that bloody massacre, and thinking, like, this is something really, really special. And that time, all you saw was he came out of the water, got in the ship, and went into space. And I thought, this is so freaking cool. And seeing him get in the ship, go into space, go to another planet, utterly blew my mind. But I don't know, I guess for me to sink 20 hours into it, I guess it can't just be that. And I do question how capable they are.
I'm not worried about the technical limitations of the game. I'm worried about the direction of the game. I understand that it seems to want to focus on exploring, but what's the end game? What am I going to be doing other than just exploring? Is there a story going on? I mean, there's a lot of things that really aren't being detailed at this point.
Well, that's what I mean, and we're gonna have to wait and see, and that's kind of why I'm keeping my expectations in check. I'm sure they're fully capable, but there's only so much a small studio can do. Time and money are finite things, and people are expecting a lot, and I'm reserving my expectations just for my own sanity. Let's say.
So we've been hurt before.
Is No Man's Sky a Sony exclusive?
Yeah.
It is.
I think it's platform exclusive for Sony, at least on consoles. I think it's coming to PC though.
Okay. All right.
Wouldn't be surprised if it came to PC.
What else did we see at Sony? That was cool.
Oh, we saw Batman.
So
we saw Batman.
I'm hearing Batman is fucking amazing. I heard a little bit on the podcast, the 4-part podcast.
Not only did we get to see it, we got to play it.
Oh, you did play it. You did play it.
No way.
Oh, we did.
All right,
we got to play it for a little over half an hour, and it was spectacular.
So tell me about playing Batman Arkham Asylum. What the fuck is it now? Arkham what? Arkham Ass. We're calling though. This is cocktail time. From this day forth, it is Batman Arkham Ass. This I command.
I've seen some of their character designs. They might think it's that too.
It's been a long time since I've heard like a Serpentor reference.
Yes, I use it sometimes.
Well, what we played was a sectioned off kind of in-game mission in which Batman is sent to an Ace chemical plant to rescue a few hostages who were captured by Scarecrow, who are using the facility to mass produce his fear toxin, which he plans to unleash on Gotham. And in the middle of it, the Arkham Knight shows up. And you get to learn a little bit about him while exploring the game's various little systems and the Batmobile and all that.
Interesting. So what do you mean by learn a little bit about him?
Well, you sit down, you go for coffee and a little cappuccino.
well, evidently
Batman, tell me about you.
What are his turn-ons?
What's your turn-ons and turn-off? Well, I like darkness, the dark, tight clothing, dead parents, the usual. Where is it? What's it? My latte, where is it? All right. Okay.
Evidently, he's a character that has this vendetta against Batman, despite Batman not knowing him. And he knows Batman's weaknesses as far as his armor and what he tends to do, his plans and strategies.
Oh.
So he's definitely been studying.
What are Batman's weaknesses?
Well, there's an example to where there's a scene where Batman goes into a room to rescue a hostage, and on the other side of the glass, a bunch of thugs drop in with guns, and the Arkham Knight drops in. And the Arkham Knight points out the weaknesses in his armor and some of the tricks Batman tends to do.
Oh,
yeah. So he's smart and he's been studying.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
And he honestly looks. I mean, his outfit looks just like Batman's batsuit. So it's just a little few tweaks here and there, but it looks like an evil Batman.
I like that.
Did you see any of his face?
No, they weren't showing his face.
All right, because they've released some images of him, but it's mostly just like silhouettes, so it's kind of hard for us to get a read. That sounds awesome. They are insisting that this is a totally new character, right? They're
insisting it's a totally new character, but at the same time, it's one that fits into the universe.
Okay.
I don't know if that means that it's an existing character made into a new character or something like that. I don't know. All I know is that it better not be the goddamn fucking Joker underneath there. Because I'm tired of shit.
That would be funny. That would be ridiculous. It can't be the Joker. It can't be.
Fuck that.
Please.
I'll tell you what I did like, though.
It's Two-Face.
In addition, they do some pretty goddamn cool things. So, you remember, here's a really small one. You remember grates? You know, you're always having to go through vents and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you are in a glide and you go at a grate, he will automatically fly into the grate, and depending on the context of the next area that the vent goes to, he can immediately tackle somebody, take him down, and go into combat.
And Brad was saying that the Batmobile can shoot you up in the air, and you can grab on buildings and stuff, or it can shoot you out straight forward, where you can then tackle guys from that position, from being shot out. And Max Scottville, or Scott Maxwell. Scoville. I'm good with names tonight. He said that Batman is basically a co-op game starring you and a badass car. Is how he described it.
Yeah, it is. There is, while you're in combat, if the Batmobile is in the vicinity, what you can do is execute a Batmobile takedown in which Batman gives him an uppercut straight into the air, and the Batmobile shoots him out of the sky and knocks him out.
Wait, what? Shoots who out of the sky?
The thug that's just beaten up.
Oh, well, shoot, okay.
God damn.
I mean, the Batmobile is half car, half tank,
Right.
and the controls are smartly worked to where you can easily switch between the two and both maintain pursuit of a target as well as, engage in combat very quickly.
So is he...
Okay, because Rocksteady has never made anything with driving before, so I've been a little hesitant, particularly considering it's a car that's meant to go really freaking fast.
Yeah. But it looks like, at least from what they showed at Sony, what we played was kind of a closed-in area. It looks like the entirety of Gotham is something you could just drive around in.
I have a question, a very important question. When you played Batman Arkham City, what was it running on?
Arkham City?
I'm sorry, Arkham
Arkham City or Arkham Ass?
Arkham Ass, sorry. When you played Arkham Ass, what was it running on?
We were playing on PS4.
Are you sure?
We were playing with PS4 controllers on a high-end PC, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I bet you were.
That makes sense.
I bet you were.
Yeah.
Bet it looked nice, didn't it? I bet it
looks really good for an Unreal Engine 3 game.
Yeah, I bet it looked real good when you have those. What do you have those SLI dual SLI cards in there running your game? It looks really fucking good. You know, it looked really good. Watch Dogs looked really good.
48 gigs of RAM. Watch Dogs looks good on the PC.
Hey! Don't undercut Batman. It looks as good.
I'm just a little nervous about the whole downgrade thing. I think people need to be honest about the games they're putting out. That's all I'm saying.
I think if there's one company to not be too concerned about, it's Rocksteady.
I know.
It's been like 3 years, and Arkham City, even on consoles, not even the PC version, Arkham City is one attractive game.
No, Arkham City is gorgeous, so I'm just saying.
No, I understand the skepticism.
It looks so good, man. There's no loading screens. The Batmobile is so fucking cool. They worked the Batmobile into puzzles in the game.
How do you do that?
There are several sequences. One I like to talk about in particular. There is a puzzle in which Batman has to get down an elevator shaft, and the elevator is at the bottom, blocking the rest of the shaft, and it's not powered. So what he does is he takes remote control of the Batmobile, navigates it to just outside of the elevator shaft, and blows a hole in the wall, launches the bat winch at the counterweight of the elevator, and drives backwards, pulling the counterweight and thus pulling the elevator up.
That's cool.
And then he gets inside the elevator, takes remote control again of the Batmobile, and drives it forward, slowly lowering the elevator down.
Wow.
It's so smart, guys.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It seems like they put a whole lot of thought into this, and it's pretty amazing.
On that remote control thing, was it just like a button you pressed, or were you like actively, like, did Batman like screw with his iPhone and then it cuts in and you're driving the Batmobile remotely?
So they've switched away from a D-pad sub-weapon selection to a radius, a weapon wheel, and you just you select it using the right stick, and it's just an option there, and it says remote control Batmobile. And there you go.
Jesus.
And you can also, when you're out in the field, you can just press L1 to summon the Batmobile. And the Batmobile will drive to you, and you will jump up in the air, you will land in the Batmobile, and you're going.
I'll tell you what's
you're just going.
What tells me that makes it such a big. That's actually proof positive that the Batmobile is such a big element here because L1 is like a serious button. That's
a
not,
big button. That's
not
the
like
aim button in many games.
Yeah, that's not like a face button where you just like, every once in a while hit left on the D-pad. No, that's a serious like I'm going to be using this a lot button. So you don't fuck around with L1, baby. You don't fuck around with L1.
That's some prime controller real estate.
That's some
right
prime. It is. It really is.
It's so good, guys. And you remember how bad the combat was in Arkham Origins?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that problem. It's Rocksteady doing the combat. It feels really fucking good.
Well, yes, rock.
You have the ability now to do environmental takedowns. So the enemy, when they're next to an object they can be taken down from, in a very similar fashion to Splinter Cell Conviction during the interrogation sequences, their character will flash. The character will flash blue. You go over to them. You press a combination of two buttons, and boom, Batman fucks his ass up with the environment.
Does it still do
I saw him throw him into a fucking closet. I saw him grab a dude and shove his face into a circuit breaker, electrocuting him and tossing him to the ground.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Yeah, so Batman, is he like, he just fuck it with that whole not killing people thing? He's like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Well, he's driving a tank.
No, they specifically mentioned like non-lethal rounds and remote-controlled unmanned tanks that he has to fight against.
It's called a non-lethal chainsaw.
Yeah.
Non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Non-lethal strangling you to non-lethal.
Oh, man. But that was so good. It's so good. We gave it a Booth Award.
Yeah.
I think I've figured out Chris's favorite game from E3 this year.
Well, you'd be surprised.
We will be. We'll find out. All right. This is a good time for us to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to find out, I guess, what Chris Davis's favorite game at E3 was. And apparently, we might be surprised. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. You're watching Cocktail Time live here at 4PlayerNetwork.com. right, everybody, we are back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Cocktail Time Live here at 4playernetwork.com. I personally want to thank everybody for watching us live here tonight. We do appreciate your all patronage. Especially want to thank all our subscribers here tonight. People like Wayward, people like Self-Torment, people like MGS2 Master, people like Biopower, Jordan D, 808, Spectral Shot, Ray Gun 2. We love you all. We want to thank especially our subscribers for keeping the lights on and the doors open here at 4Player Network. If you do like what we do here, if you like our website, you like our podcast, you like Cocktail Time, you like our broadcast, we do ask that you think about subscribing as well. You can do so on Twitch TV. It's $4.99 a month, and for that, you get to support a wonderful independent gaming website. You get an awesome little 4P next to your name. You get no ads on our broadcast, no ads on our main website, 4playernetwork.com. You get exclusive content like our top 5 podcasts, like our Dinner Time podcast. You get early access to our video reviews, whole bunch of stuff. And you can be chosen to be Subscriber of the Month. And if you get chosen to be Subscriber of the Month, you get to choose which games we play that month. And we will even do a podcast about those games for you and with you, if you so desire. But I also want to thank everyone for watching us tonight, even our non-subscribers. If you can't subscribe, I ask you to maybe go to our YouTube site, YouTube 4Player Network, I think is what it is now. I don't know if we changed it or not. We can throw the link up in chat. Subscribe to us on YouTube. That's free. And that helps us out as well. We appreciate it. Well, thanks for coming out. Add us on Twitter. My Twitter, @TheJosephChrist. Chris Davis is up there. Zach is up there. Throw us all up there. We'll let you know what's going on. We'll let you know what's going on. I like that. I like that. That's a good picture.
I hate you all.
But we love you, Chris Davis. I only... Listen, I only tease the ones I love. I'm from Jersey. I'm from the East Coast. When we have good friends, we give them shit. We give them lots and lots of shit.
You know, this is the first I've heard of you being from Jersey, and I feel like it explains so much.
I'm from North Jersey, right outside of New York City. I have a good friend of mine who will go unnamed right now, who recently, he told me he's actually, he's been cross-dressing at clubs and whatnot. And he sent me a picture of himself in drag. And I texted him back. I said, "You look like Iggy Pop." Because
my Twitter isn't in here.
Because we support each other back in Jersey.
Oh man. Well,
there we go. Fix my mic.
R.I.P. Zach. I'll get my Twitter in there someday.
Get your Twitter in there.
Joseph, I'd like to ask if I could introduce the second half of the podcast. I promised Nick I would do something.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody back to Bad Bertha's Buxom Baritone Beauties, your one-stop shop for transvestite culture and cuisine. I'm your co-host, Joseph Christ. Over to you, Nick.
Very, very nice. What is that from? Is that just, you made that up?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I like it. Write that down for me. I'll repeat that every once in a while.
I'll do my best.
All right. Moving on. Soft. We talked EA a bit, as much as it's required. Fucking Mike is being a dick.
EA was terrible.
I know.
Terrible.
Why is my mic being a dick? Hold on. Wait a second. My mic is being a dick. There we go. It's better. That's better. All right. Ubisoft. We had the French people dancing around all fancy crazy. We know about that. I'll tell you one thing I am excited about Ubisoft. I am excited for an actual proper, new next-gen proper Rainbow Six game.
Fuck. Yes.
Let me tell you something. I used to play Rainbow Six back in the day. We're talking 1998, 1999. I had a modem. And a couple of things about that game, the original Rainbow Six. I forget what the subtitle was. But on those old games, you spent more time in the map editor figuring out where you were going to go and planning your route more than you actually spent in the game itself. And that was fantastic. Another thing is it was one of the first online multiplayer games I ever played that had friendly fire. And it was one of the first multiplayer games that a lot of people played that had friendly fire, which was hilarious because everyone would just start shooting, and then in old Rainbow Six was one shot, you were dead. So, like, cooperative matches would last, like, 10 seconds sometimes because everyone would shoot their own people by mistake.
There would be that asshole that just decides to take out their anger and frustration on your entire team.
And he could take down the entire team himself. Just one clip, and you were all fucking dead. All dead. But anyway, I was excited. When that game started, I was like, holy shit, I'm feeling like there's rainbows. I feel like there's 6 rainbows coming. And when they started with the map screen and planning their route, I was like, oh, fuck yes. This is the shit. This is what I'm talking about. And
that was the way to start the demo too, was
Totally.
to just show us the scouting, show us the map, the planning, everything. That was it was perfect.
Because that's what true Rainbow Six fans want to see, and the
Yeah.
fact that it's multiplayer is really cool. I'm getting like a Counter-Strike, Office sort of feel to it, and then with the destructibility of the buildings and the houses, it's just
Oh my god, how it shredded that building!
it's really cool, really cool.
And the preparation phase too, in which one team would scout out the house with their little mini UAVs that mark hostages and just point out, provide strategy for what you're going to do. While at the same time, the hostage takers would build defensive walls and move the hostage around and plan for the incoming assault. I mean, it was so fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Here in chat, Cody the Dragon Dude, which is an awesome name, by the
Yeah, I
way,
love that
Cody the
name.
Dragon Dude. He says, I really, really hope that joining random games on this Rainbow Six game doesn't result in people not knowing what the fuck they are doing. I can guarantee you, Cody, that random games, the people will not know what the fuck they're doing. I'm sure. I
This is
guarantee you.
multiplayer gaming.
I guarantee you, the terrorists, whoever they are, will shoot the hostages immediately. And it will become a giant mess, fucking clusterfuck. Which is why when this game comes out, I think I'm going to choose people to play with, because I think playing this game with friends, with people who know what they're doing, will be amazing. Will be really
Yes.
amazing.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
So, I'm excited.
So that's the problem. Is what is wonderful about it is what's going to be the problem about it for some people. You need to be able to get people together in order to do a proper Rainbow Six, in order to have your team.
Yeah.
But you know what, man? When you get all those people together and you all turn on friendly fire and murder each other before the mission even begins,
That's fun too.
Classic Rainbow.
That's fun too.
Mm-hmm.
What if what do you call it? The hostage takers? That's awkward. To call
The
them.
terrorists.
I know. I
They call
hesitate
them-
to say terrorists,
terrorists
but we
are
all know they're
weird.
going to say terrorists.
Yeah, I know. What if the terrorists actually can't? They actually can't kill the hostages, and their job is just to kill the opposing team. Not they can't kill the hostages. They just have to keep the opposing team from saving the hostages. That'd be
Yeah.
a way to fix it. It'd be silly, but it'd be a way to get around that. Because then you'd have to protect the hostage from being kidnapped by the awful police who want to take them away.
I know. I had this problem in Payday 2 all the time.
I had this problem
I-
dating.
They didn't understand. I'm there in the bank getting money. I'm practically a small business
I'm
owner,
just
and none of the
trying-
hostages were interested.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to make a withdrawal.
A large withdrawal.
Very big
All
withdrawal.
at once in very heavy bags
Yeah.
and or gold. Or you need to withdraw the cheese sandwiches.
That's right.
Is this a good enough segue for us to actually talk about Payday?
Oh, we've talked about Payday too much. There's no reason to talk about Payday. We have about too many other things to
Hey.
talk about.
Wow.
No.
That sentence.
No, bad attitude, because I actually did an interview with the composer for Payday 2, who is also the voice of Bane in the game. And we talked about the future of the DLC,
Bane?
how the new map
Wait,
works.
hold on.
Oh my
Hold
God.
on. Bane is in Payday 2?
Yeah, your main contract handler in the game is a guy named Bane.
Oh, I thought you meant Bane from Batman.
Wouldn't that be amazing, though?
Not
That would
that
be
big.
amazing. That would be amazing. And then all of a sudden it becomes like Evolve, and one person gets to be Bane.
Oh, can we talk about Evolve? Can we talk about Evolve?
We can talk about whatever you want,
Evolve
baby.
is on topic.
We can talk whatever you want. Let me tell you something. I'm actually very excited about Evolve. The more I see of Evolve, the more I want it in my butthole.
It's so good. It is so smartly done. This is next generation Left 4 Dead. It's so good, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So Nick, Brad, and I on Thursday at 3 o'clock, one of the last scheduled appointments it was our last scheduled appointment for E3. We went to 2K.
Right.
And we went there, and you had to understand the context of the booth. It's motherfucking huge.
Yeah.
And there's like a 25-foot tall Goliath statue out front. And out amidst it is a crowd of several dozen people watching with 4 5-player setups of Evolve littered throughout the booth. Okay?
Right.
And so we go into the booth, and the PR guy hands us a couple wristbands and says, he points to me and says, okay, you're going to be a trapper. He points at Nick and says, you're going to be an assault.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looks at Brad.
The huge
And he
6'4",
pauses, and he
6'4"
says-
Brad.
He looked at him and he said, you're going to be the monster. And the ego that Brad normally has just went to 11.
He's like the Grinch. His ego grew full stiff that day.
And he was super excited to be the monster. And in fact, we went to the next room and we got like a 3-minute briefing on just, what Evolve is and how it plays.
Right.
And during the presentation, I shit you not, Brad leaned in towards Nick and whispered into his ear, I want to fuck you.
He's playing head games.
He's already playing
Brad-
head games,
Brad is
and
playing
we haven't
head
even touched
games.
the game. So we finally get out to go.
By the way, before when I said I want to hear the crazy shit about E3, this is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, come on.
It's exactly what I was referring to, was this stuff. Okay, go ahead.
Well, so we went out there, we played the game, and we had Brad cornered for a little bit. We found him as he was going into his 3rd evolution in a cocoon, and so we were able to wipe out about a quarter of his health. But then he spawned back in, and he pretty much led us around and got 3 of us knocked out.
Right.
And so our 4th guy, and a couple things there were a couple problems with the team. Number one, other than Nick and I, nobody else was communicating. We weren't sticking together as a team because nobody was following Daisy to track the monster.
Right.
We weren't really... The medic wasn't healing anybody, which is fucking pointless.
Oh, God. Yeah.
So we lose the medic, the trapper, and the assault. So me and Nick and that one guy are out. So all that's left is the support guy. And so while Nick is wailing on the medic, killing him, we tell the support guy to just fucking book it. Just fucking run. Go for it. Just go.
Right.
What we didn't realize is that once the monster reaches the level 3 evolution, a generator on the map spawns, and that is the objective for the monster. It is his ticket up to winning the map.
Oh, so what does the generator do?
It's just I don't know.
Okay.
It's just there because video games.
So then the tables are turned then. That he has an objective besides not dying.
Yeah. So he goes and attacks the generator while the 3 of us are waiting for our drop ship to come in and drop us off back into the map so we can attack. And support guy couldn't make it in time, and the drop ship animation took too fucking long and dropped us way too far away from the generator in order to do anything, and Brad won the match.
Oh, jeez. It's got to be really difficult to balance a game like this, and it looks so well balanced from the clips I've seen, and it just looks so much fun. It looks just so much fun.
That's exactly what occurs to me. I keep thinking about the concept. I keep thinking about the dynamics of it, and I keep thinking, this is at some point the balance is fucked. At some point it falls apart, and then I keep hearing that it doesn't, and it blows my mind.
It doesn't fall apart. It doesn't at all.
I think the hunters just have the proper tools to just shift the balance back in. You know, they have. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't they have like these almost like Ghostbuster like photon trap things that they can zap the monster with that weakens it a little bit, or is that just taking away health?
So, for example, the Trapper has the ability has three primary abilities. Number one, the character I played it has a pet named Daisy that will track the monster and lead you to it. Okay. Number two, it has the ability to put down an area shield that traps the monster within a certain proximity. Right. And number three, the Trapper has the ability to deploy harpoon mines that, when the monster gets close enough, will latch onto the monster and trap him in place for a set amount of time.
Right.
So, when that happens, the monster takes additional damage. But I don't really know about the support of the medic or the assault, but it seems like everything is designed to just balance out real well on a class system against one unique foe.
Oh, totally. So I'm excited. It's like that cooperative, that deep cooperative play that, you know, it's like what Left 4 Dead strove for, but didn't quite make it. You know, I mean, Left 4 Dead's fun and it's great, but it has that something else, that deeper element of strategy that I think Left 4 Dead's sort of missing.
You ever feel like Left 4 Dead was always just a little bit thin because you were just waiting for it to be finished? Almost. Evolve, for me, feels like it finished. Like so, that vision realized.
Here's the difference. The big difference is that in Left 4 Dead, you are reactive the entire time. You know, you're going to your thing, but there's zombies coming, you react. Something is happening, you react. Evolve is proactive. You're going at something. You're going towards something. You have this constantly changing objective, and that's the difference: reactive versus proactive. And I'd rather play a game that's proactive than reactive.
And that's pretty much it, yeah. But it's really coming together. It launches in the middle of what Nick and I are calling Fucktober.
Yeah, everything is coming out.
October's a mess.
It's bullshit. It's terrible.
Oh my god! Look at MGS2 Master in chat. Is there he played us like a fiddle icon now?
No, we have one now. That's amazing.
Yeah, we've had that for a while actually.
October played us like a damn fiddle.
October's playing us. That is amazing. That is amazing. Oh, I know Raygun too. Not to because I will forget if I don't say this now. But did Konami have a press conference?
They have the best conferences. I'll be sad if I missed it.
I don't. As far as I know, they didn't. But, I mean, if there was, nobody was fucking talking about it.
Oh, I don't think they did. I don't think they did at all.
Yeah, and what do they have to show? They've got fucking Metal Gear, and they've got Pro Evolution Soccer. That's it!
Yeah.
In other words, they have Metal Gear.
They have Metal Gear.
They have Metal Gear, yeah.
Let me tell you something. I have a feeling. I'm worried about. I'm worried about Kojima Productions because I have a feeling that Metal Gear Solid 5 is really, really fucking expensive to make. Like I have a feeling it's sucking Konami's coffers dry, and if this thing doesn't sell like a gajillion bazillion copies, I don't want to. I'd hate to see this happen, but I'd hate to see in 2 years Kojima Studios get closed. I'm just saying
that's a reasonable assertion. I mean,
I'm just saying
look what's going on with Destiny. That game was $500 million.
Destiny's amazing though. I've been playing it.
Destiny's amazing.
I've been playing it this week. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let me just finish my thing. I've been watching some behind the scenes things about Metal Gear Solid 5, and you know, all the R&D and the building up of the Fox engine, which is amazing. It looks great, but that fucking shit, it's expensive to make that happen. They better be licensing that out like Epic does with Unreal because they need to recoup some of that money that they spent inputting into that.
I doubt that's going to happen. But it'll be what Frostbite is to EA now is what Fox Engine will be to Konami.
Yeah, but the difference is
it won't go any further.
No, but the difference is like oh yeah, maybe Konami, lots of Konami. What other games does Konami have that'll be using that fucking Fox Engine?
Well, eventually they're going to produce a Castlevania game.
Castlevania game, like
you
proper 2D
like to think.
Castlevania with Fox Engine. That would be
But then,
interesting.
but then I've been watching some.
You optimist.
I've been watching some behind the scenes stuff about Metal Gear Solid 5, about them like, oh, we need footstep sounds, and they're actually physically making the footstep sounds from scratch. And I'm like saying, why the fuck are you making footstep sounds from scratch?
Sometimes
we've been making
it's
video
okay to
games.
use a canned sound effect.
We've been making video games for 20 years.
I agree. This development has gotten away from them.
I
I absolutely do.
I
do not think Ground Zeroes from the beginning was meant to be its own release, and I do not think the game was meant to take as long as it's taken.
Let me tell you something. I think it's going to be amazing. I think it might be the best Metal Gear ever made. From the things I'm hearing, it sounds like it's going to be fucking amazing. But I think I have this feeling that this development has kind of run off the rails and has gotten a little crazy.
Yeah.
And
That this is the last Metal Gear.
let me tell you something. Kojima is a brilliant designer, and he's super imaginative, and he wants to do tons of shit. And nothing kills a studio faster than someone like that in charge without someone else telling them no. Because that's what killed Irrational. What killed Irrational is Ken Levine, and I love Ken Levine, and he's brilliant, and he's fucking amazing. But he's so creative, and there was no one there to rein him in and tell him no and say, no, we have to go in this direction. We can't do 80 iterations of this because we don't have the money. And eventually they brought somebody in from Epic Games to do that, to actually rein in development and get out Infinite. But the development of Infinite killed that studio.
But that's the thing about Metal Gear, and that's why Kojima does it over and over again, is because it is his blank check. Why do another franchise when he can go to the people with the money at Konami and go, I'm making Metal Gear, and they go, fuck, take the company, just do what you need. But I think they've given him the company. They've given him all the time he needs. They're giving him all the money it needs, and now they're starting to go, holy shit, this may actually be a problem.
Well, exactly, because I think, like I said, I hate to say anything bad because I love Metal Gear, and I want it to be good so badly. And I love Kojima, and I love what I've seen in Metal Gear. But there's that business like semi game developers, semi been watching this industry really closely for 15 years. Part of me that's going, holy shit, I'm seeing a lot of red flags about this development that make me think that unless this does really well and makes them back all this money, this can be a problem for Konami.
Well, you know what? If they run out of money on the soundtrack and they have to do the latter half of the soundtrack in kazoos, I would be A-okay with that.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
Can we talk about Metal Gear proper? Not just the politics and development, but the actual game.
Yeah, because you guys saw a bunch of behind closed doors. I read about it on some gaming website, but you take the lead on this because you were there.
I wasn't actually there. Brad
then
was
fuck
there
you.
because I had other appointments I had to go to.
Where were you when Metal Gear Solid was happening? I want to know this. Were you playing Hellraid? You were playing Hellraid, weren't you?
No, that was the previous day. I think I was at Warner Brothers with Nick doing Batman, Mortal Kombat, and Shadows of Mordor.
Okay, well,
Warner Brothers is rocking, huh?
Give me your Metal
Warner
Gear.
Brothers had a fantastic showing this year.
Well, they closed a bunch of studios. They have extra money now.
Yeah.
Snowbound, we miss you.
So I'm not going to spoil everything that we talked about. If you want to find out the complete story, be sure to go download day 4 of the E3 2014 podcast.
You're not going to hold out at cocktail time, bitch.
I'm going to talk about really good stuff. Okay,
I'm just going to play this.
There is documented footage of me getting fucked in the ass.
Until you tell us everything about Metal Gear Solid, I will just play this over again.
Would you fucking stop it, please? I'm trying to talk about Metal Gear.
Just don't hold back. I have pictures here that will turn your pubic hair white.
No. Okay, so
your pubic hair is white. Tell us about Metal Gear.
System in the game. Okay, so do you remember the Fulton recovery system from Peace Walker?
Yes, of course.
Love it.
Okay. This game is basically Peace Walker made into its 100% completely idealized version. Peace Walker was a little bit of a mini game, honestly. It was little bitty stages interspersed with base building and managing troops. And that was really it. It was an okay game, but it wasn't a spectacular game.
Right.
In this game, with the Fulton recovery system, you can steal everything.
Nice. Yeah.
In the demo, you could steal a goat.
I like it.
You could steal a
Why did
goat.
they? To what end?
No, because the idea is Mother Base is not just it's a physical place you can upgrade and you need to upgrade. You're actually physically building an army, Metal Gear. And so they need food.
Oh man, when they
and-
said that you could walk around Mother Base, I flipped a shit.
No, you can.
Walk around Mother Base, you can interact with your troops. Man, we will get to Mother Base in a second, but let me tell you,
You're
gonna
gonna shit, Zach. You're gonna shit. I hope you're wearing MC Hammer pants because those motherfuckers are gonna get filled up.
You are going. Okay, look, you can steal the goat, and then when you go back to Mother Base, the goat's right there, just walking around.
Is he the same goat?
Yes, it is the same goat.
How do you know it's the same goat?
I don't know. I don't care. The fact is, there is now a goat on my oil rig. Okay,
Can you
I
put
don't
him
care.
on your intel team?
I don't know about that. I'll get back to you when the game comes out. You can steal a Jeep.
Can I
You can
ride the
cover
goat?
a Jeep, and when you go back to Mother Base, the Jeep is there that you can drive around in.
Can
Is
the
it the same
goat?
Jeep?
Yes, it's the same Jeep.
How do you know?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Okay.
Can the goat drive the Jeep?
Can I drive the goat driving the Jeep?
Can I ride the goat to the Jeep?
Can I ride Ocelot on a Jeep?
Can I ride the Jeep to the goat to make sure it's the same one?
I don't know if you can do it with a boat. I don't know if you can do it with a goat. I don't know if you can do it in an overcoat. Okay? I don't know, man.
The
All
proper response to this line of question is
All I'm saying is that you can Fulton everything in it.
that's
The
amazing.
cool thing about
That is-
this is that what it does is, Metal Gear Solid 5 is really and I found this from Ground Zeroes. It's the first Metal Gear that's actually a really good stealth game, but also a really good action game if you want to play it that way. However, you need to build an army. And if you knock out soldiers, you can Fulton them to Mother Base to build your army. If you kill soldiers, you can't do that. So it's actually it makes you want to not kill people because if you can bring them back to Mother Base, it's a very cool design way to make sure you don't just go around gunning everybody down all the time.
I was absolutely in love with that system in Peace Walker, and hearing that it's expanded upon dramatically and you can Fulton goats, this is heaven.
Fulton goes. You can recover like supplies, like a crate of weapons, and when you get back to base, that counts as a resource for your men. I mean, let's get to Mother Base in particular. You can walk around Mother Base and inspect your troops and train them and get them better. And
don't they all when you walk through, they all salute you because you're big boss as you're walking?
yes,
around? Yeah.
because you're fucking.
Is he
big
still
boss.
rejecting the name Big Boss?
No, he's big.
Uh,
no, now he is Big Boss
Whereas-
because post Peace Walker, he decided to take the name Big Boss because the boss in the head of the Metal Gear thing decided to drop her gun.
Yeah.
And she
lays down her weapon, but he has not laid down his weapon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're getting
And thus
really
accepts that he is a gun. But yes, Metal
we're
Gear
getting
lore.
very inside baseball Metal Gear Solid here, but
On the base, does the goat tell you whether or not Chico is quiet?
I don't know. I'll
wait,
get back
is
to you
the
when the game is
goat
done.
quiet?
Is the goat's quiet? That's what it
The
is.
goat is
So,
quiet. The goat is quiet.
I'll
not
tell you
Chico.
one thing about Mother Base that's really interesting. It's remember the faction interaction system in Metal Gear Solid 4, to where there were factions, and if you piss them off, they'll attack you. But if you help them, they'll actually let you pass through their territory and do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
They're amping that up to 11. There will be factions in Metal Gear Solid 5 that you interact with, and if you are discovered by them and they get mad at you, they will attack Mother Base. And they will attack in real time.
This
And-
development has so gotten away from Kojima.
I know. You hear what I'm saying? This is what, Zach. I know. I've known. I see. When I said I was worried, I know all this already, and this is why
Oh my
I'm
dear
like,
God.
oh my god, like this is insane. Like
If
I'm telling
If-
you, You wonder why
Boss-
Konami has no PR? It's because they can't afford it anymore. Because all of that money
You know
has
what?
gone
We
to Metal
kid.
Gear.
I'll bet it's the same goddamn goat. I'll bet every goat is made individually just because Kojima didn't want people asking that question.
Kojima actually physically scanned 1,000 goats to ensure that no two
And
goats
they went,
would be
Mr.
alive.
Kojima, we could just scan one. They're not going to check. And he went, they're going to check.
They're good to
Oh
check.
no! If you want to talk about mocapping animals, we'll talk about that later because I've got a game to talk about for that. But
Oh, okay.
love that you have
if
a
Mother
game to talk
Base
about.
is attacked and Big Boss is at Mother Base, your troops in defending the base get a stat and morale boost. I mean,
That's awesome.
remember?
So there's
do you remember?
statistics-based stuff going on with your troops. This is
Yeah, there
insane.
is. Do you remember in the 2013 video, like the premiere of the proper Phantom Pain?
What,
In
that
which-
like amazing trailer?
Yeah, the amazing trailer. Okay, remember when Big Boss he sights the enemy base and he goes down and he pulls out a cigar and he starts smoking it, and the time passes in the world and you see the clock on his on his watch. Okay, that's a gameplay feature. Okay,
Yes, the
That's
Phantom
way
cigar.
of
I heard about
actually-
that.
You actually can accelerate the time in order to do what you want when you want in the game.
This is the best Metal Gear ever.
This, I mean,
So apparently
wow.
Chai Tai is saying that the horses taking shits is a gameplay feature.
It is a gameplay feature because they will see that there's a massive pile of shit and they'll investigate the area because, hey, something passed through here. Maybe there's something we should look for.
That cost $10,000 to do.
It does,
I'm-
yeah.
Jesus.
Hey, it cost $7,000 just to model this shit, okay?
Well, they have the scanning. They actually have that scanning technology. They're not really modeling very much.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joseph.
How many horses do they have to go through to get just the perfect poop model?
Cocktail time.
Anyway,
Did we give them an award? Because there's.
yes, we did. We gave them an
I
award.
don't see it. What is
We
their award
gave
look
them an award. No, check Hideo Kojima's Twitter. He tweeted it
like? I'm
out.
looking at it. Oh, there it is. There it is right there.
Yeah, share it in
Yeah,
chat.
there it
Man.
is. There it is. There's our award. And I saw that the Metro people, was it Metro people? They put our award printed on the side of their thing. You tweeted it out, Chris Davis.
No, that was Techland.
Oh, was that Techland? Okay, yeah.
That wasn't just that. It was two of our awards that we'd given them previously for Dying Light.
Yeah, and they put it. They made a big wall poster. They printed it on the side. It wasn't just they took our thing. It was they had it printed onto the side of their booth, and there we were, 4-Player Network, which is really cool. Really cool.
Okay, so Techland, I wish I could have given them Booth Award, because they're doing some really cool things with Dying Light. I got to play Dying Light for about half an hour, and they've introduced some really cool things. So, number one, there are now stat and skill trees in the game.
Oh, cool. I expected something like that. I mean,
Yeah. But what they've done, so in the demo, they split into two parts. The first half was very early on in the game. You're a new survivor. You are going to easily get mauled by zombies if you're not careful.
right.
And so they demonstrated that by giving you low-level weapons, by giving you little strength, very little agility. So you're slow, you can't hit enemies real well, you have no skills. And then they dropped you into the second half of the demo in which you have further enhanced abilities, like 10 hours into the game, to where you're much faster. You can mantle faster. You have special attacks now. You can do charge attacks. You can easily take on zombies. You can take a lot more damage. You can shove zombies off in case you get rushed. There's a clear night and day difference between the skills here, and that's a very nice thing to have. But what I'm really interested in is a new gameplay mechanic they introduced. They're pulling a Just Cause 2 and giving you a grappling hook.
Oh, that's cool.
Dear Lord.
I like that.
Now, I never saw a specific example or was able to pull off a specific example of using it in combat, but I get the distinct feeling that you can be fucking Scorpion from Mortal Kombat in this game using the grappling hook.
Oh, the basic get over here, zombie.
I mean, you it's used as a climbing tool to, with as much vertical space as there is in the game. Mm-hmm. And so you highlight a ledge and you press a button to throw it, and it pulls you up there like you're fucking Batman.
Right.
And it is so fucking useful. And then I got to see Hellraid, and I was pleasantly surprised by that game. Imagine, so Joseph, you played Dying Light.
Well, here's one thing. I've been hearing a lot of buzz out of E3 that Hellraid was actually legit. It was a legit, really good dungeon crawler with great melee. Like, this is, like, people are pleasantly surprised.
It is. It really is. I mean, it's basically take the combat system from Dying Light and turn it into a dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
And it works out. You'll find weapons in the environment that'll give you stat boosts and armor and things like that. There's a parry system. There's a dodge system. It's got a secret alcove and hiding system, just like what's in the new Wolfenstein, for example.
Interesting.
Where you can find caveats in the wall, and that opens up new sections of the map that gives you loot and shit. The enemies are all right. The combat looks to feel real nice. It just looks like a lot of fun.
So is it just like a pure dungeon crawler type of thing? Is that what we're looking at here? I mean, that's not saying that's a bad thing. I think that's so sort of like what was that game? Bob was really into it. It was a dungeon crawler. It was the old school. It was an indie game. I can't remember now. But anyway, is it like old school dungeon crawler, like straight on, loot and all that kind of stuff?
Take the handcrafted dungeon design of Skyrim, combine it with the melee combat of Dying Light, and that's what this game is.
Liking that. I like that.
Cool.
I like that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
No grappling hook, though?
No grappling hook thus far.
Thus far.
Thus far. You never know. This
Very
is
cool.
Techland. They are known for things. So, I also got an appointment with Deep Silver. Got to see 2 presentations and play 1 game. The game I played was Metro 2033 Redux, which is basically Metro 20. It's the Metro games redone with Metro Last Light's combat and AI put into the game with little tweaks here and there.
Right.
And it's good if you loved Metro Last Light, if you love Metro 2033. This game comes out like next month. You should pick it up. It's really worth it, especially since it's 60 frames per second, 1080p on both consoles.
Right.
So, but they did two presentations. They did Homefront: The Revolution, which is being developed by Free Radical, also known as Crytek UK.
Right.
And then they had Dead Island 2,
Yes. Which
is being developed by Jaeger.
The people who did Spec Ops: The Line.
I know. It's the people that created that spectacular game, that underrated little gem.
Yeah.
I loved that game.
And they're making this.
But, well, because what was great about
don't be
Spec
so
Ops
sad
was
about
the
that.
writing.
Yeah.
The writing and the story, yes.
But the gameplay was, intentionally or not, we can debate forever, the gameplay not so good.
Yeah, I mean, it was a traditional third-person shooter. It really didn't stand out in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the story and the characters was where that game was at.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah. And they're making Dead Island 2, and first off, I want to scream to the heavens begging to know why this stupid decision was made. To not allow them to go further and maybe do another Spec Ops or just make another good story. But let me tell you, this game, it has issues and it has problems out the wazoo, and it's way, way, way too early to be introduced to the public.
Yeah. I think they probably needed something to show.
They're talking about turning this game from the survival horror game that Dead Island was into Dead Rising 3. This is a game about survivors killing zombies because video games, and crafting weapons and killing zombies for the sake of doing so, just like Dead Rising.
Right. I think so. My problem with Dead Rising is that for me anyway, that mechanic, if that's all there is, kind of gets stale after a little while. Like I can only kill zombies for so long with crazy weapons before I kind of just get a little bit bored out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And eventually you find that one weapon that's really effective, and you're like, all right, well, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to go with this.
You're just kind of done, yeah.
Well, the real problem... Okay, so the first problem with the presentation was how it was presented. It was a PowerPoint presentation. They went over dots, and then they showed us a demo. Right. One of the things they're proud of in this game is that they mocapped a cat.
Well, you gotta start somewhere.
We have our sequel to Fish AI.
I don't think you understand. These guys made that a headline of a slide.
I think
they are proud that they actually suit mocapped a cat.
I don't think they're really proud of it. I think what happened was they got scheduled to do this, and they had to come up with fucking something. And
they must have.
And then someone went, you know what? Putting the suit on the cat was a fucking nightmare.
Oh God, I can only imagine.
They would have been great if all they do was show a video of them trying to put a mocap suit on a cat. That would have been
hilarious.
That would have been great.
You ever seen the GIF of like the cat running like on the basketball court and being chased by everybody? I feel like that's exactly what it would be.
No, but I think that would have been. I think what happened was they had nothing to show. Probably all that should have been shown about this game was the trailer, and that's it. That's all it should have been.
Yeah,
but
it really should have been just the trailer.
For some reason.
Because they showed us a combat demo, they call it, that is 9 months old. It's from September of last year. Right. It's barely even a proof of concept of how the game's systems work.
Yeah. No,
I mean, it is as basic as you can get. Right. And it even crashed halfway through the demo. Oh. We had to restart the entire thing. The entire scripted fucking intro. The terrible gun-based combat against bandits and hordes of zombies. It was bad.
Well, look at it this way. I mean, they probably got thrown into this. They didn't have much to show. They had to show something because the publisher wanted them to. And you just had to sit through it once. They had to do this over and over again for 3 days with a really bad, broken demo, probably it crashing all the time. As a person who makes games now, I feel for them. Like, this was an awful experience. The worst part is standing there and looking out at everyone's faces the moment we mocapped a cat comes up on screen. Yeah. 3 days of the blood just draining from everyone's faces. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
The only good thing that came out of that presentation was the very end of it, in which they actually showed us a little bit of footage from target renders of environments.
Target
looked really freaking good.
I'm sure.
But those are target renders of a game that I just saw is a year earlier than it should have been announced.
I can make you some target renders that look really, really good, but you'll never see them in Tetropolis. I'm just saying, like, I can do a render and with 16 AA and ambient occlusion and bloom and God rays.
All right, well, we decided to do this level in Midgar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I point out that the Dead Island 2, Dead Island 2
I was about to ask.
Takes place in San Francisco.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
at least do Manhattan.
Yeah. Oh my God, you are a genius, Zach. You're a genius.
I have my moments.
You're a genius. You are
Manhattan
a fucking genius.
Would be great.
That's an island. That's the only island we have.
That's it.
That's it. Why not do that?
It takes place. Dead Island takes place in California.
Dear God.
Well, if you're from the South, California is kind of an island of liberal gaydom and horror.
Oh my God. This is okay. This is something that has just had me laughing all of E3. Have you seen the cruise map of the United States?
Oh no! It makes me laugh all the time. It's the funniest thing ever. In fact, I want somebody to. I've been meaning to do it, but I'm lazy. I want the map of America from the crew, and on the bottom, I just want it to say "Good enough."
I'm going to
or
post it
close
in chat.
enough. Close enough.
Please post it. Remember their rundown of their trip to California?
You know what's great about this? Let me tell you something what's great about this map of America. Ubisoft is a French company. If you asked an American to draw France, it would be like this version of France. Right?
This is what the crew thinks of America.
That's America. That's
at points the Mississippi River is about 100 miles across.
Yeah.
Half of Miami is actually a gigantic peninsula island.
I love seeing the Midwest on the eastern half of the country.
I like how I live in the Hoth version of California.
It seems like the only way to actually get to the West Coast is to drive from Miami to New York to Chicago and take a few scenic routes through the mountain states because, fuck Colorado and Wyoming and whatever. You're called the mountain states and you're going to fucking like it. And then you have to drive up to Seattle to get to Los Angeles.
You know what's funny?
You can drive across the country thing is much less impressive when they've invented their own country.
Let me tell you something. To most uneducated Americans, this is good enough. This is accurate. Yeah, there's the South, California's over there, and there's the mountains over there.
The South is Florida.
Coast,
it's
East
exclusively
Coast,
Florida.
East Coast. What does it say over? What does it say over? What does it say over Chicago?
It says Midwest.
Amish country.
Okay. I thought it said what? I thought it said.
Yeah, but
Amazing.
This is
The
a
South.
real product that wants to talk to us about geography.
This is called Zimmerman Town.
You know what's a better game that lets you cross the United States? Fucking Cruising USA.
Dude,
yeah.
where is our new Cruising USA?
Where is our new cruising game period? Because let me tell you, I saw some of the driving of the crew while I was at E3. It was bad.
Cruising USA is preferable.
Imagine Cruising USA gameplay, just the actual driving from like 1996, and put it into a 2014 game.
You know what?
You can hit the pedal twice to go to turbo and everything.
I'm gonna
brake gas.
I'm gonna defend Ubisoft for a minute. And now that I'm taking a closer look at this map, I'm serious. I'm deadly serious. This is what most of like uneducated America. This is it. That's basically it. That's what they see.
They don't see anything wrong with this.
This
whatsoever.
is perfectly fine. They're good with this.
I like how Nevada takes up half of Idaho and Wyoming.
It's not even Nevada. It's just the mountain states. There's the mountains over there. It's good. It's good enough. If Congress
is that where Breaking Bad took place?
If this map was put on a national ballot, it would pass in a second. You fucking kidding me? More people would vote for this map than they would vote for the president of the United States. Because it's easier. Why do we gotta have all them states? This is easy. Everybody's always trying to complicate things with their elite college education.
It definitely is a European look at the division of America.
No,
it's not divided into states. It's divided into regions.
Well, let me tell you something, though, because this is how I have some European friends, and they ask me about America and how America kind of seems so different, no matter where you go, in like really broad ways. And I say to them, well, think about individual states in America being individual countries like it is in Europe. And America makes a lot more sense that way. And they're like, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And and in a way, this makes sense. When you think about America from that perspective, this really makes sense. When you think about the cultural aspects of America, this kind of lays it down. You know what? Fuck it. I want this to be our new map. I'm backing this. I'm backing this.
We're voting for it.
I'm
now.
voting for this. At first, I was all against it, and I was making fun of it, but you know what? The logic, it's very logical. I think this is good. This will bring a lot more cohesion to America, I think.
You know, I tell you what.
We'll just have 5 football teams. That season will be shorter. You won't need 7,000 baseball games a year. You need 9, 10. We're done.
You know, as a resident of the newly formed state of East Coast,
Right.
I'd like to say I think I'm pretty comfortable with this.
What I'm really happy about this is that when you have the state of East Coast and the state of West Coast, we can still have those gang war things happening. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. They're still East and West.
Yeah,
still have
it
that
doesn't
edge.
really interrupt that too much.
It could
And
be
congrats.
the fucking Jets and the Sharks, you know.
Yeah.
You
And
meet up in the
congrats,
mountain
you know.
states in the middle, you brawl, you go home.
I like that.
You-
Maybe
and
you stop at the
Texas
South.
is no longer the South. Texas is mountain states.
Now you're mountain states. Are you guys? Are
It's
you
like-
going to be okay with that?
It's like Texas ate Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama, and it just went straight into Florida.
Just boom. And it's,
Somehow
it's
Texas got bigger.
seriously, it's just all swamp anyway.
Yeah.
So actually, where are you? Is Austin in the South or in the mountain states? Chris Davis, can you?
It's got to be in the South.
Oh,
I think it's
I'm
the South.
sorry. I'm sorry. That's
Still
too
the
bad.
South.
It's too bad.
I mean, there's Dallas is on the map.
I am
But
liking this. The more
where-
I look at this new map, the more I'm liking it.
Oh, it's terrifying. I mean, look at New York. I mean, that's the size of 5 different states in the Northeast.
Well, we have 5 people worth of South states in New York. There's 9 people in Montana. I mean, really.
You know, as a resident of Connecticut, we tend to get very pissy because people just sort of assume we might as well be New York, and so I guess it kind of works.
Well, let me tell you, I being from the East Coast, I know how things are the lines of things. If you say,
Oh my God,
if
dude,
somebody
from
goes,
Jersey.
if somebody
Yeah,
goes,
obviously.
if somebody goes, I'm from New York, and somebody goes, oh yeah, we're in New York. Oh, upstate. They're like, fuck you, upstate New York, you son of a bitch bastard. You're not a New Yorker. You're upstate New York. That's fake New York. That's like white New York. Fuck you.
Just say you're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you might as well say you're from Pennsylvania.
There's only 4 Great Lakes.
Well, how many do you need?
Close enough.
5?
You don't drive in the Great Lakes, so the crew does not need water.
You don't need water. And just dig between them, you get 2. You get 1. Boom. Done.
Oh, I think this is the most discussion any of these podcasts have ever gotten out of a map.
I know.
This is great.
You know
I love
what
this
was
map.
right across from this in the Ubisoft booth?
I'm excited.
The Division.
Uh-huh. Speaking of Division, this map is all about the Division. Anyways,
Oh my God, it is.
Multiple good segues available.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is good. So the Division, the game that will look totally different when it's released.
No, it won't, because they. Okay, so you saw the Microsoft demonstration. That was pretty fucking cool, right?
No, I'm actually really impressed with the Division so far. I'm not sure exactly what it is yet, but I'm liking what I see.
Yeah, we were.
It's like
really
when you
confronted
go
by this question.
It's like when you go to a gay bar and you're not sure if it's a man or a woman. You're like, I don't really know what I'm looking at, but I really like what I see. It's kind of like I kind of feel like that. I feel like that about the Division.
Exactly like that.
I feel like that about the Division. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
In a way, that is a division in and of itself.
I mean, I really like what I see, and I'm not sure what it is. And at this point, it probably doesn't matter. Just go with the flow. Just go.
So
with
what
it.
they
Go
did
with
for
it.
the public
Right.
that were at E3, they introduced the Division by showing off the render from Microsoft, and it looked like shit. It was a very bad render. Somebody in the video editing department used a very crappy bit rate because it looked UAV from a tablet. It was the same area, but from a different perspective, a different starting point, a different time frame in the middle of the night, and different objectives. And they just played it live right in front of us. And the Watchdog, debacle with its downgrade visually
Right.
Now it's a singular dog.
was pretty
It's
sad.
It's just one dog now.
One dog.
This game.
One Dog.
does-
Now, wait a second. One Dog's a really good DJ name, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
What about
One
Three
Dog? Yeah, but One Dog.
Three dog.
One Dog came
Oh,
first.
that just hurts.
One Dog came
Yeah.
first.
I'm sorry.
I really want a Fallout 4. I really
Fallout
want a Fallout
4.
4.
Everybody wants
This
Fallout
fucking
4, but that's
E3.
not until next year.
Oh, confirmation. The Division.
So you're saying there's a chance? Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
But I mean, they showed off this, and again, Watch Dogs, it had visual compromises, and they were very, very transparent. I am having a very hard time. I was having a very hard time during that demonstration seeing any compromises because it looks pretty damn good. The particle effects were there, the character models and textures were there, just the sound design was there, the weapons fire, the interaction with the environment was there. It was what we saw pretty much last year.
Is this cross-gen?
No, this is next gen exclusive.
Thank God.
There you go. That's why.
Yeah, no, that's well, yeah.
And it looks pretty fucking good. They showed off some of the enemy factions in the game. They showed off some of the stats and leveling in the game.
I'm loving
They-
I'm loving the stuff they're doing with UI and whatnot. I think that's really really great stuff.
Definitely.
They talked about how your actions in the world affect the area around you. I mean, it's really coming together. And I really, 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 really hope that they release that E3 demonstration in some video format for y'all to see.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope so too. I'm looking forward to the Division. I don't know what it is yet. Like I said, but I like what I'm seeing so far, and it has sort of. Basically, I want more games like The Road. So more The Last of Us, more The Division, more humanity.
The Last of Us, which was almost literally the video game adaptation of The Road.
It was exactly the video game
Yeah.
adaptation
Yeah.
of The Road. But I love these humanity feeding on humanity during the apocalypse sort of games, and I like that kind of stuff. So
Ironically, I feel like I learned more about the Division from that like CG story trailer. Like it was after I got
totally
the
gave me the
like,
tone of it. And whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. After I got the tone and like what's framing the narrative and framing the actions, I feel like I understood so much of the gameplay so much better.
Yeah. So the bad guys at the end with the flamethrowers of that trailer, they're the faction that they fought in the E3 demo. They're called the Cleansers. The Cleaners. Mm-hmm. And basically what they do is that they're trying to purge the city of the infection by killing all the infected they can find and burning the bodies.
Wait, they're the bad guys?
They're not necessarily bad guys.
Because that sounds
sounds like a reasonable
because
strategy.
that sounds like the logical thing to do.
Yeah,
actually.
they're not necessarily bad guys, but at the same time, they're contributing to the overall chaos and downfall of society that's going on.
Unlike the infection that's causing. Wait, I'm confused because they sound like they're actually the rational people here.
No, they are hunting down innocent civilians, whether they're infected or not, and burning them alive.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
So how do they tell the difference between the infected and not infected?
It doesn't matter. They want to kill them.
You don't have the patch that says you're a cleaner.
It seems to be that, hey, we're not infected, and we can't take a chance on you being infected, so we got to kill you.
Okay,
And that's
that
pretty
makes
much what's going on.
Okay. No, that because people would fucking do that shit. I know I'm not infected, so I'm going to kill everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go from the East Coast down to the South, through the mountains, to the West Coast, and kill everybody.
Yep.
The best part is that's Joseph doing an impression of himself in the apocalypse.
Yeah, that's me.
Just develops a southern accent on the spot.
Yeah, right
It,
there.
it actually wouldn't be that much different. I have an internet connection. I'd still be doing this probably. I'd be like the white 3 dog, which means I'd be a really lame DJ.
Okay, so we're running low on time. Why don't y'all just start asking me things, and I'll try to answer them.
So what do you like?
I like The Division.
What's your favorite?
I like,
What's your favorite food?
what's my
What is your sign?
What's your sign, by the way?
I have a sign?
What is your sign?
People of signs? I don't know.
Oh, you're bored.
Chris is so out of it.
I was preferring that we actually talk about E3.
Now, I want to talk about you now. What's your birthday? When's your birthday, Chris?
My birthday is October 1st.
So what is that? I don't believe in mumbo jumbo. Does anybody believe in mumbo jumbo? They can tell me what sign.
What is mumbo jumbo?
Astrology, basically.
I think I'm a Libra.
About E3.
Oh, jeez, I hit a
Yeah.
button.
So about E3.
You seem like a Libra. You told us that you would tell us your favorite game of the show.
What is a Libra? Is Libra oh God, I keep hitting things and it's going crazy. All right, sorry.
That is true.
God damn it! I hit it again.
God damn it, Joseph.
I'm having difficulties. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, Chris Davis, what was your game of the show?
My game of the show. Are we talking about playable or non-playable?
One of each.
Yeah.
Okay, playable was Batman.
Oh, good.
It was just so dang good that I can't help but demand more of it in my life.
I thought you were going to say mouth, but that's something I would say.
It mouth anywhere? Just pour it on me. Just spray its creamy goodness all over my body.
Chris, if you could have something soft and supple introduced into your body, one of your holes, which one would you choose? Serious question.
Belly button.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah, it's a controversial choice.
Yeah,
but
yeah, totally.
It's it's a different choice, but I mean, going back to being in the womb, we were fed through our belly buttons. So hey,
that's creepy. That's creepy.
It's a well thought out choice.
Pregnancy is very creepy. By the way, I'm saying pregnancy is kind of creepy, a little gross, and I never want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
At all.
Non-playable game. I got to give it to Rainbow. I can
Rainbow
tell
Six.
where it's going with it. The gameplay looks phenomenal. I saw some off screen footage of just people playing the game. It was readily playable to the public,
Right.
and it looks goddamn fantastic.
Was it playable to attendees?
Yes. The only catch
wow.
was that you had to have an appointment, and I pleaded and begged Ubisoft to let me in, and they kept saying no every day.
Oh, it's too bad. It's too bad. It reminds me of when Watch Dogs came out, and we tried to get in to see the back store thing, and we'd go up and say, "Hey, I want to see the game," and they'd look at you, they'd look at your badge, and they'd see they didn't say IGN or Joystick or Destructoid or Polygon, and they'd look at you and they hand your card back and go, "No."
No. That's pretty much how it happened, yeah.
I'm imagining the slow shake of the head.
Yeah. No. And, Watch Dogs, we would have really torn things up if we saw that. I mean, when that came out, that was really, really, really
Oh, man.
awesome.
But there were so many good games. I didn't even get to talk about fucking Civilization Beyond Earth, man.
We don't need to talk about Civilization.
That game looks so good. You're colonizing alien planets. And
Wait a second! Holy shit! Hold on! Hold the fucking phone with my asshole. You're talking about Alpha Centauri 2 is what you're talking about.
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Because Alpha Centauri is my jam, bitch. Fucking love Alpha Centauri. I don't play Alpha Centauri on purpose because if I start playing Alpha Centauri,
you'll never
I
come
will
up
not
for air.
stop playing Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri is like my Diablo 2 for Brad, basically. Like 10 hours will disappear if I start playing Alpha Centauri.
Yeah.
So I know I'm excited. I'm fearful and excited about Alpha Centauri 2. I wish they would just fucking come out and say it's Alpha Centauri 2, but they can't for whatever reason.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. It's so good. It's got a strong Civilization 5 just standing as far as the distribution of how civilizations interact with each other and how you explore the world and build up your units. But at the same time, it's got so many cool things, man. It no longer has the linear tech tree that you gotta research in order to upgrade your civilization. No, it's a fucking web that branches out and
yes,
has subleafs.
because that's what Alpha Centauri is. Like the big difference between fucking Civilization and Alpha Centauri. Civilization is like, oh, you have bricks, and then you have spears. Now you have tanks and mechs. Woo, it doesn't matter what race you are, whatever you're doing. You just get whatever. Fucking, like, if I think about, like, Civilization, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Civilization doesn't make any sense when it comes to the tech trees and stuff. It's like, it seems random to me, and they're really reaching about stuff. It's like, oh, you can build spears. Okay, well, now you can build the Washington Monument. Congratulations. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But,
I know.
But Alpha Centauri actually has, like, logical, semi-scientifically based webs of research that make sense, and it really pulls you in. And yes, hashtag hold the fucking phone with my asshole.
I mean,
if ever we had a hashtag that stood a chance of trending.
You know what? The problem with that hashtag is you really can't type anything but the hashtag.
Yeah. You have 3 characters left.
You have 3 characters left. But no, that's why I love Alpha Centauri, and I've never been really hot on Civilization, because Civilization doesn't really make logical sense to me, so it's all weird. But like in Civilization, you could have mechs, and then you're fighting Spain, and they still have spears, and I was like, what? This doesn't make sense. But Alpha Centauri does, and some of that is based on the fact that it's they can take a little more liberty because it's not on Earth anymore, and it's the gameplay is more logical. But you're right. I mean, that's what I like about it. So
yeah, I mean okay. So in Civ 5, they introduced in the second expansion the thought of ideologies, the idea that you will order your society into a certain path that gives you technology and social bonuses.
Right.
Well, this time around, that's replaced with affinities, and they're all focused on the colonization of the planet that you and the other civilizations are trying to take over. And so you've got Harmony, which wants to terraform the planet, but genetically modify humanity to adapt to the planet on a planet-by-planet basis. You've got the Purity, which wants to terraform the planet, but keep humanity exactly the same. And then you've got the Supremacy Affinity, which wants to terraform the planet, but not allow anyone from Earth to colonize it. They want to control it and be independent. And so, I mean, it does so many things. Like, the city-states are now many expeditions from Earth that have established their own bases. And I just heard myself echo for a second there.
Sorry, I'm good. I had to switch a wire. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, if you establish trade routes to these bases, then you get bonuses that they supply you with. And then the civilizations, they aren't, like Napoleon or Genghis Khan or any of that. It's companies that are hired out by the leading nations of Earth to establish these colonies and bring the people of Earth to this new homeworld. There's alien life on this planet. They act like neutral barbarians. If you are hostile towards them, they will largely focus on attacking you. They changed the way spying works around the game to where you can send spies to steal energy or money, or even set bait for some of the more vicious wildlife to attack their city. There's so many things going on in this game. It's so good.
Yeah. No, I'll be into it.
And it comes out this autumn. They call it autumn. I have a feeling it's
going to be fucking October.
It's going to be Fucktober. So
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Okay, we it's getting late. We're past 10 o'clock. We're over 2 hours on this podcast. Real fast, we need to talk about fucking Destiny for a little bit.
Thank you.
We do?
Yes, a little bit. Okay, so I got into Destiny Alpha on
me too.
Thursday. I gave away some codes on Twitter and stuff. Here's my thing, and Bungie admitted this a few weeks ago on, I forget, either on their Facebook page or on their Twitter, but they've done a really terrible job of letting people know exactly what Destiny was and explaining it.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because no one really knows what it is, But here's what it is. Destiny is like an amalgamation of a traditional MMO, a traditional Bungie universe like Halo, and Journey. Am I wrong, Zach?
Oh no! You know what? That's exactly what it feels like.
Because
I think you're so right about like how shitty they are at communicating it. Because it wasn't until I got my hands on the controller in the game that I finally figured out what the hell it was.
And it even took me.
And then I realized it's exactly what I want.
And it even took me a few hours to kind of get my head around it. So basically, think of an MMO. You get dropped in a world, but how do I understand their problem? Because how do you explain this? It's like you think of a traditional MMO, and you think about you're in the world, and there's a hub world, and there's 1,000 people in the hub world, and right outside the hub world, there's the low-level people, and there's 1,000 people all killing the same shit. It's not like that at all. The multiplayer...
No, you're still dropped in a world, but yeah, the multiplayer is so Journey-like.
It's like Journey. It's like you meet people very naturally through the world, and they do it through whatever, like shards, and looking at your friends list, and seeing which one of your friends are on, and sort of in the background, there's all these machinations happening to sort of seamlessly group you with people as you're going through the world and doing stuff. So, for instance, this guy Aaron that I kind of know a little bit, he works for the New Bloods, which is the development company that used to be Hot Blooded Gaming, headed by Dave Oshry.
Oh, Dave Oshry.
Yes. So Aaron, me and Aaron have been getting along. We never met in person, but we're getting along on Twitter and stuff. And we turned out we both got alpha codes, and I'm like, hey, add me on PSN, maybe we'll try to join up and a thing. So I get in the game, and I'm just sort of like, I get into the hub world, and I do my main mission, and it's just me, and then I'm sort of exploring, and then I'm like, okay, I can go to the tower. The tower is the main hub town in the alpha, and you can go up into orbit, and you go up to orbit, and that's your like semi-lobby system. And there's not a lot of lobbies in the game, which is something I was worried about. I was worried it's going to be just a lobby, and it's not like that.
Yeah,
but
it's so smooth.
It's very smooth. So I go to the hub world, and I get ready, and I'm doing stuff, and then I go back out, and it's like 2 hours in, and I get pretty far in, and I'm trying to fight this giant spider thing, and all of a sudden I hear behind me, hey, you need some help? And it's Aaron. I'm like, holy shit, there's Aaron. And now we're naturally grouped together, and we kill the spider thing, and now we're running around, and we meet some other guy just out in the world doing stuff, and he joins our group. Now there's 3 of us on our fucking speeder bikes that everyone gets, these awesome speeder bikes.
Oh, God, I love the speeder bikes.
The speeder bikes, and we're just like driving around speeder bikes doing stuff, and it's so natural and seamless and cool. And if anyone's played Journey, it's like that. It's like you just sort of meet people out in the world, and you just sort of group together because you're doing the same stuff, and it's just natural. And it's and as far as the game, the gunplay and the stuff, like it all feels fantastic because that's what Bungie does. They do that stuff really well, and it's all solid. It's snappy. The guns feel great. The special powers are powerful but not overpowered.
What class do you play?
I'm playing
because I play Titan.
I'm playing as Hunter.
Oh, okay, because Titan is like the really awesome like ground pound thing,
right?
And they measure out how often you're able to use your superpowers so well, because it always seems to come right at the moment you need it, but you're still so afraid to spend it,
right?
That when you do spend it, it's this like awesome climactic
moment. Do I need it now? Do I need it now? And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I'm in the red. I need it now. And you use it then. It's like you get out, and and it's so powerful. It's super powerful. But it needs to be.
It changes the battle.
It really does, and at the right times. It's so good. And there's multiple guns, and there's a big, like, huge loot system, and guns level up, and you can level up guns through just by using them or by upgrading them through raw materials you found out in the world. There's different armor pieces, and the armor pieces as well are upgradable. Some of them are upgradable through raw materials you find out in the world. It's there's fucking numbers that fly out of enemies, which I love always.
Yeah.
It's just you got.
I remember, like, I was on this one solo mission, you know, because I'm me and I never seem to find any friends online.
Right.
And I went and I like went into this underground area and killed all the dudes inside with my awesome guns and my awesome ground pound, and it was a great time. And I have a thunder punch. And then I come outside and I'm walking out and I can see sunlight. And then on the top right of my screen, it says like random event, kill the whatever giant droid thingy-mabobber. And I'm like, what the hell's this? And then I come outside and I see this like war happening with like 6 different players all hopping around shooting at like all of these bad guys coming down from dropships, giant fucking robot that we need to take down. And it's just, and this has all happened so seamlessly in the blink of an eye. There was never like a blank has joined your game and blank has joined and blank has died or something like that.
Yeah.
They were just there.
Yeah, exactly.
It was,
and those
it was amazing.
And those public events, they happen like they're spaced out so well because they happen like frequently enough to where you can kind of expect them in a way, but they don't happen all the time to where they're constantly
when it's like,
annoying you, you know?
Exactly. When it's like, all right, I'm coming out of a dungeon. Looks like I'm going to have to deal with the fucking spider robot again. It's like you still get pumped when it happens. I remember in Guild Wars 2, it was like, all right, well, there's always going to be these bad guys in the fucking pumpkin patch. Let's deal with them. But you feel that like quick, like race to the pulse, and you're like, oh man, I got 5 minutes to bring down the goddamn spider thing.
Right.
Look at the war that's just started around me. It's an amazing game.
Yeah, it's like the hype is real. Like it's man. I feel like people aren't paying attention enough. Like I feel like you think of the hype Titanfall got, right? And then Titanfall really fizzled out real fast because people realized there really wasn't much there, you know. But
it's the opposite. There's so much here that we didn't know before.
Yeah, and like Destiny, people need to start hyping about Destiny hardcore because it is the shit. It is really awesome. Look, Skywalker got in the alpha. Fantastic, Skywalker. Fantastic. You're gonna love it. It's really good. It's really
But
good.
I don't envy the marketers who do need to find out how to describe this.
It's hard to describe because you can't you can't put it into a box. It doesn't lend itself well to sound bites at all.
And so much about it, like the raw combat, the progression, so much about it is great because it just feels good.
Yeah.
And I wasn't anticipating that along with it they would have a really strong competitive multiplayer, traditional competitive multiplayer. That's a ton of fun.
Yeah, the multiplayer feels like it feels like a deeper Halo multiplayer.
Yeah.
I honestly was here's how I described it to a few people. I was never a Halo fan at all. I'm still not a Halo fan. But when I talk to a Halo fan and they start talking about how much they love Halo and what they love about it, I feel like they must be playing Destiny because that's how I feel about Destiny. All that snappiness and the naturalness of the combat and the depth and stuff like I feel about Destiny the way a hardcore Halo fan feels about Halo. I kind of
I loved Halo, but this is the things that made Halo and its gameplay and its atmosphere great taken to 11.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. So.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and it's just they have outdone themselves. I love this game, and downloading the alpha. I was thinking to myself, like, I'm going to give this a shot because I'm curious. On Twitter, Joseph Christ said it's amazing, and then I tried it, and I wasn't expecting to be blown away. But now I need it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I got all frustrated tonight because I realized they cap you at level 8. And I have all this like level 11 I have all this 11 like level 11 and 12 armor that's really awesome that I can't wear and I'll never wear ever because of course they're probably gonna wipe all the characters. Like God,
yeah. How long is the alpha going?
Till Sunday or Monday, and that's it.
Yeah,
and that's it.
All right. Well, we'll have to find some time, and I'll ruin your game.
Just the speeder bikes alone is just anytime you want, you fucking summon your speeder bike and you speed around. It's so cool. It's
so cool.
It's so like and tonight it's really deep. And I was talking. So I got my alpha code from a friend of mine who's a test lead at Bungie, and I've been talking to her about the game, and she can't really tell me enough under NDA and stuff. But I remember months ago I was saying, maybe like 6 months ago I was saying, hey, like, can we talk about Destiny a little bit because I'm hearing about it and I'm really worried that it's just going to be a glorified lobby system. You know, because you think about these
Yeah.
big, multiplayers. It's, oh, you're in a lobby and Aaron a game. And she's like, I promise you it's not like that at all. I promise you. I'm like, okay, I'm just telling you. I'm getting this. Like, that's my fear. And then I played it, and then I've been talking to her, and I told her what I said to you. I said, this is amazing. Like, remember when we talked a while ago and I was worried about the lobby system? You're right. It's not like that at all. It has a very natural journey feel to it. And she goes, that's exactly what we're going for. That's exactly what we're trying to do. And I'm like, I fucking love it. Like, keep doing what you're doing. It's great. So, if I'm going to be totally fucking nitpicky, my only thing is I think the enemy respawns a little fast.
True, you will turn your back and suddenly find, like, holy crap, they're right there.
Yeah, so that's my only nitpick. But apparently, I talked to her the other day, and she's like, you have no idea how big this game is. It's going to be, like, this is nothing compared to the whole game. And I'm like, yeah, I can tell, because there's all this stuff that doesn't make any sense unless the game is huge. Like, I can have all these different types of drop ships. Well, why would I need that unless there's something huge attached to it? Like, there's got to be something.
And there has to be a space combat going on, right?
I think eventually there's going to be something like that because it can't just be aesthetic. There's too much effort put into that for it just to be aesthetic,
Very surprised they're not pumping up Peter Dinklage being in it, though. That was a total surprise.
Well, you know what? My other critique is that he's awful.
He is. He is completely emotionless.
The voice acting is god awful in this game.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's horrendous. And Bungie does tend to have okay voice acting in their games.
Right.
So it was very, because we're coming in terms of like robot assistant in your head. We're coming off of Cortana, who ended up being a surprisingly good character as shooters go.
We're coming off of GLaDOS. I mean, you
Oh
can't.
my god!
I mean, we like robots are no longer robotic anymore.
There's no excuse to have a non-character just because they're a robot.
You know what I think it is? I think they were like, oh, we can get Peter Dinklage. He's really hot right now, but like acting.
He's so hot right now.
He's so hot right now. Acting for film and voice acting are two totally different skill sets, completely. Because it's you can act in the costumes on the set with all this kind of stuff. You put somebody in a booth with a microphone and tell them to start acting, that's a whole different ballgame.
Exactly. You need to put an entire body's worth of performance into just your voice. And I guess there's just some actors who don't get it.
Can I make a joke about his body being smaller so he doesn't have...
I was thinking if I should go for it.
Should we go for that one? Oh, man. Straight to hell. Straight to hell. Handbasket. Woo! Log flume to hell. Log flume to hell.
What a Mountain State joke to make.
I know. All right. Anyway. Destiny is amazing. Destiny is amazing.
Before we close it out for the evening, I would like to read off the games of Fucktober.
Okay.
Would you mind if I did that?
Go for it.
Please do.
Okay. Prepare your wallets, people. Here we go. Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS.
Want it.
Alien Isolation. Which, by the way, we should have talked about because that game was goddamn terrifying.
Hold on, wait a second. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna get my calculator out. We're gonna put this here.
Yes, thank you.
There we are. It's on the film. So let's do this. Let's do this right. Okay, so what do we have? So
120
Smash, 60
far.
plus 60. 120.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh God, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Drive Club.
Mm-hmm.
Middle Earth: Shadows of Mordor.
All right.
Definitely.
Borderlands: the pre-sequel.
Well, is that a $60 game?
Yes.
Okay.
Man, really? Fuck them.
Yeah. Battlefield Hardline, which this should be the paid beta. Because that's humorous.
Right.
Like it.
Evolve.
Woo.
God, yes.
Fantasia Music Evolved.
Uh-huh.
The Evil Within. Assassin's Creed Unity.
God.
Uh-huh.
Sunset Overdrive. And Bayonetta 2.
This is a $780 month.
Yes.
For me, it's only 540.
Wow. That's in. You can't do that. You can't
That's not
do that.
fair.
You can't do that. I don't have a Wii U yet, so that's a little bit less for me. But still,
See,
that's. And
Here's
tax!
the thing, though. Alien Isolation, Dragon Age, Middle Earth, and Drive Club come out in the same goddamn day.
No.
Battlefield Hardline, Evolve, and Evil Within, and Fantasia come out on the same day. Assassin's Creed Unity and Sunset Overdrive come out on the same day.
Fucktober indeed.
This is going to be legendary. This month, this October, is going to be legendary.
October is going to play us like a damn fiddle.
And I didn't even list like 8 other games that are on the list.
But smaller games.
Like NBA 2K15, NBA Live 15. We've got Raven's Cry. We've got Fantasy Life, WWE 2K15, Just Dance 2015, Skylanders Trap Team.
Just Dance, well, that's big for some people. Just Dance.
Yeah, it's going to do well.
That pushes it over to 800. Over 800.
And note that we have at this point already purchased Destiny just a few weeks before.
Yeah. I think everyone's best bet. Now, usually, I'm telling you, I don't usually support these things, but if you pre-order and you space it out month to month, it might not be so bad.
You may make it up.
You may make it up.
Might I also remind people that we will be looking forward to a Steam sale, probably late July, early August? Your finances may not have recovered from it.
It's true. It's true. Oh well. Well, we will. You know, if I was a publisher, I would push some of these things out. Honestly, I would push some of them out because you can't. People, you know,
I want
Middle Earth and Dragon Age the same day.
You know what that means? That means Middle Earth is not going to do very well.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Age, you cannot compete with Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm sorry.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying. But Nick and I, well, mostly Nick, in fact, entirely Nick, played a 45-minute demo of Middle Earth, and you think it's an Assassin's Creed clone, but that is the shallowest interpretation of this game because it is systems heavy with a shit ton of content. It's very smartly done.
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear it sucks so I can not have to buy it.
Right?
I'm sorry, but this is the absolute truth.
All right. We'll go with it. All right. Is that it? We need to stop this because
it's 1:30.
1:30 it is. All right. Let's finish off our Cocktail Time lives with a final thought of the evening. Our Cocktail Time chaser. I will go first. I just want to say that I love video games. My God. There's so many good video games coming out, and I'm hitting the wrong buttons again. Look at me go. Hitting wrong buttons. That's what I do. But I'm so happy. There's so many good games. There was a lot of games I was worried about that were going to be at E3 that you guys are coming back and telling me they're awesome. I was worried about Batman Arkham Asylum. You're saying it's awesome. I was worried about Alien Isolation. You're saying it's awesome. I'm just very happy. And I love video games. It's almost sexual. Almost. Chris Davis, you're next.
My final thought for the evening is that we worked our asses off at E3. We produced a shit ton of content. Not only the writers did a fantastic job, but we also produced a ton of video content. It's slowly being encoded. It's slowly being uploaded. That's what's on my laptop right now. We've got videos that are going up, that are going to be put live to the public over the next day or two. Stay tuned. We've just scraped the surface of what's going on and what we experienced. So download the podcast, check out the videos, and talk to us. Write us emails. We'll probably answer your fucking questions on Tuesday's podcast. So. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking my bed looks pretty good right now.
Yes, you need some sleep. Zach, you're loud.
I'm thinking I'm hype. I'm thinking I'm just really fucking hype about this industry right now. You know, we went into E3 with a lot of goodwill not going towards Microsoft, and at the end of that conference, it was pretty freaking awesome. with a lot of people counting Nintendo out, and some people say they might have even had the best showing because things are looking so good for them. I think we have an awesome, kick-ass year ahead of us. I think 2015 looks awesome, and let's all pray for Hideo Kojima.
Pray for Hideo Kojima, and pray for Kojima Productions, man. And we'll see how it goes. I hope they. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, Microsoft will buy them out.
Everybody for coming out for Cocktail Time Live here at 4playernetwork.com. Make sure you check out our main website at 4playernetwork.com and add our Twitters if people can put that in chat. That'd be awesome. Have a good night. Thank you, Zach. Your very first Cocktail Time. Hope to have you back. Thank you, Chris Davis. I don't think Brad is coming out tonight, so if any of our broadcasters wants to broadcast some stuff, you can go right ahead with our blessing. But you all have a good night and a great weekend, and we will see you next week.